I'm shaking my head. Boy, oh boy. It's like, where do you start after something like that? I'll say this, if that's the best we can do, we're toast. That was brutal. Brutal. There's no other way I could put it. If I'm going to be blunt and honest about it, and especially the so-called exclusive video using night vision, because it's obviously happening at night, and it appears white like an egg. First of all, it wasn't oval, it was round. That's first of all. It wasn't like egg-shaped. Let's just get that straight. That was not egg-shaped. It looked more like a freaking balloon. And we'll get into that in a minute. If you're going to come out with stuff and say, this is it, this is a big one, and it looks like that, that's the best you can do, we are toast. And let's not even talk about the woo-woo aspect of it all, because that's not new. People saying they've been in communication, they could telepathically. I mean, Dr. Greer's been talking about that for freaking decades. CE5s, communicating. I have friends that claim they can do that. I can communicate with them telepathically and call them in. It's not something new. And then to put a religious spin on it, like the Mother of God voice, I'm like, oh, this is it. Do you know how long it's been going on that they call people that believe in UFOs a cult? Like this New Age cult? That didn't help. Despite these psionics, people that... do you know how long this has been going on, that people make these claims? This was nothing new. Remote viewing? My gosh. This was... I'm telling you, if this is the best, we're toast. And I made 4 pages of notes, but I'm not going to go over them till tomorrow when I speak with Toby and Stephen Bassett. I don't even know if I don't even know if I want to even talk about this to Stephen Bassett tomorrow. I think we need to just focus about his aspect of disclosure and some of the things that, because like I told you, there are different groups. And of course, at the end, we got to find out about Skywatcher Technologies. I was like, why are you using Skywatcher? Now I feel worse. Don't even use Skywatcher now, because I'm like, I feel like my name is associated to it, and I don't want to be embarrassed to be associated with something like that. It was pitiful. In my opinion, that was brutal. And like I said, I made notes. I got 4 pages of notes. I was dictating as I was watching, because that's what I do for anything, hearings, all that. I take plenty of notes. And I'm like, as I'm writing the notes, I'm like, what the heck? Where is this going? Because if you think about it, if they're intercepting spy balloons, that's why the video, I would have to let the video cuts, it starts rolling, and then they stop it. Well, let's see what's on the other side of it. Is it a balloon and attached underneath our spy surveillance equipment? Because it looked like a balloon to me. It didn't look like some solid object. Yeah, it was being lifted by a crane, but they'll lift anything to a crane to get it softly on the ground so they don't ruin what's in it, on it, because they want to keep it intact for recovery means. I mean, this was, oh my gosh, to build this up, and this is what it was tonight? Ugh. And I can't imagine. I'm curious to see what other people in the field comment about this one. Who knows? I mean, my gosh. Now we can't make the claim the guy's a schizo fantasy. That's reckless. Now we're gonna attack his mental state. I'm not gonna do that. Obviously, this person believes in what he's saying, and I know a lot of other people that make the same claims, and they're not nuts. It may sound like a mental illness or schizophrenia or something to other people, but I'm not making that. I'm not making that reach. That would be reckless on my part to do something like that, to make claims that the person's suffering from mental illness without any documentation to prove that. But it's just, I'll say it like this. It sure as hell sounds a lot woo-woo. I'll say that. It definitely sounds freaking woo-woo. Way out there. And people that see this are going to be like laughing. Like, just like your reaction. Guys who approved this? He's nuts. That's a lot of people are going to feel the same way and think the same way. And this does not help disclosure. It actually damages it, because people are going to, it's going to be like, people are going to be laughing at this. If you want to make this topic being taken seriously, and like I said, he believes in what he says, that's the individual. This is his claims, this is his story, this is his account. I can't criticize that, that's his story. But what I can say, when people see this and they reach a conclusion and opinion, they're going to say, this dude is nuts, off his rocker, crazy. That's what I would say. And yeah, that too. But again, he definitely chose the wrong words by saying possessed. Because then people are going to say, now this is sounding like demons. And I always say this. When you mix this with a religious context, it's going to create all kinds of crazy stuff. Because people are going to be like, well, don't mention that it's spiritual nature, or a divine guide, or the voice like it felt like the mother of God, because now every religion's going to freak out and say, you're just nuts, you're just starting a new age religion like Scientology, saying that the aliens are... This is not new. It's been going on a long time. So, oh my God. But how could you take something like that if you're an ordinary person sitting at home? How do you take that shit seriously? The ordinary person that watches that, seeing that, it got just so off the rails. And then he sounded paranoid. Well, we were sent to recover these hard drives, and it seemed like this was all set up to take us out. Because I'm on TikTok, I'm being careful. And then the end, showing objects in the sky. Shit, I capture objects that are more curious than what they're catching. It's like, I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? You're saying that those are UAPs? And there's a battle going on? And then the guy that's meditating and supposedly in control, he's freaking out because something's happening? And are you serious? Look, I know people that I think twice about them when they claim they have CE5 experiences, that they can call them in. But I can't really criticize that, because I swear, when I was in Mount Talk and I said, I'm going to call the aliens with a flashlight, and 5 seconds later, the ocean lights up with colors and everything. It happened to me, but I was making a joke out of it. But it really did happen. But this is too much. Oh my God. And it's night vision. You really can't tell with the night vision. It's going to make something appear like that. It's hard to discern. It's night vision equipment. and they only let it roll for a little bit. What's on the other side of that roll? Do you know how many spy balloons they try to retrieve to try to gather what they're using for intel reasons and gently land it on the ground so it doesn't damage anything that could be attached to it? I mean, that could have simply been a freaking balloon. Notice how it rolled slowly, but then they stop it. What's on the other side of that balloon? What's on the other side? Let's see the whole clip. Oh my God. I mean, I'm telling you, this, like I said, if this is what the person's claims are, that's their claims. But this does more harm than good coming out with this episode, because a lot of people are going to walk away and say, what the hell was that all about? This just is like woo-woo to the nth degree. You walk away from that, it turned into a paranormal show. I felt like I was being possessed. Or they're after me. They're trying to take me out. Like paranoia. And then at the end, showing objects in the sky like there's some battle going on. I'm like, this is... So I took notes. I'm going to read my notes. Alexa, brighten living room light 50%.
Okay.
I always take notes. And I don't even think I'm going to waste Stephen Bassett's time when Toby and I have him on the show. I don't even think I would ask Stephen all these notes, because I have 4 pages. I don't even want to mention this to Stephen Bassett tomorrow when we do the pre-record, because we need to talk about other stuff than this. I don't even want to talk about what I just seen on TV. I don't even want to talk about it. But I just want to read my notes, because I did take notes. Because I always take notes when I'm doing something. It's like homework. It's like if you were, in a certain setting at school, you're going to dictate and take some notes from what, and this is not comparing this to a professor. This was a mess. And I got to see if there's people that are falling for this, like, heavy. Like, this is it. The egg. That's it. It's an alien craft or interdimensional craft. This is what we've been waiting for this whole time, to see a freaking egg. A balloon. Yes, funded by a private aerospace company. All right, so Jake is Jacob. That's his name, Jacob Barber. Seen an egg, psionic component. The psionic component is this telepathic connection that they seem to claim that they have with communicating, controlling, calling them in, whatever you want to call it. That's the new thing, psionics. And Gary Nolan was there, and he states that there's something to this. Oh, Gary, be careful with your reputation. They need to, I'm telling you, these people just like really got to vet people before they put their reputations and their credibility at stake. I'm telling you. That's my feel on this. Oh my gosh, you're going to go out on a limb like this? Here's something that he said. Barber said this, quote, people being murdered. That seems to be the case. When asked, are people being murdered? That seems to be the case. That was his response. Met with Congress. More than 10 years familiar with the UAPs. I guess his involvement as a private contractor. 3 special ops guys back his story. Of course they do. They're working with him. They're probably co-owners of this Skywatcher technology freaking group. Of course they were all in on it. They're working together. Contracted to recover crash retrievals. Recovered exotic objects that were classified. complied with the 5 observables. Those are the things that Lou Elizondo brought up, the criteria of a UAP. Team would deploy for non-human intelligence objects, allegedly. And he was within 150 feet of this object. Of course, he made the statement like so many have said, quote, "We are not alone." Object non-human, 150 feet away, white egg, no visible propulsion. They were using night vision. It was nighttime. He says it was about 20 feet in size, like a large SUV, no seams, metallic pearly white. Team was experiencing something extraordinary, told it was NHI. Then there was this second object, disc-shaped. And he was flushed. This is what Fantasy was saying about the possessed. Flushed with disruptive emotional feelings. That's how I described it. Felt he connected with something. Felt possessed by a loving, beautiful, feminine energy, like the Mother of God. And still feels connected to this day. The psychic component, connected telepathically with object. Invited to land by psionics team. And then, psionics is like people with the ability to have a telepathic connection, whether it's through meditation or whatever means. You could even throw in remote viewing, whatever the heck you want to put your label on psionics. He'd seen them using their mind, meditational, spiritually connected. And then the other guy states, Don Paul Bales states there is a psychic ability from individuals to connect. Quote, I put in parentheses, remote viewing. They suffered from physically ill symptoms of whatever they experienced, whether there was radiation. They had to be hospitalized after transporting boxes. So what's in the boxes? Allegedly, they were transporting boxes and they all got ill. They needed to be hospitalized. The team. Was it radiation? I put a question mark. Similar with another team member's symptoms. So his symptoms were similar with other team symptoms. And then they had the concerns of being set up related to these hard drives. Allegedly threatened by private organization related to recovery hard drives, wanting him, I can't say it on TikTok, undead. Co-founder of the Skywatcher Technology Group investigated the drones on the East Coast when that happened here. Allegedly, a telepathic individual was controlling a UAP. Egg supposedly drops after disconnect with egg by psychic. And he also said that he met with Rubio staffers last year. That was more than enough notes I needed to take. And then they threw in with the illness a friend, John Burroughs, and I was like, wow, they're throwing John into this. Does John want to necessarily be involved with this one? I don't think so. So they threw him in there. They put his photo, John Burroughs, Rendlesham, suffered from medical... Whoa. They just decided to put that out there? Did they consult with John Burroughs before they throw him out on the public like that? I'm curious to know that question. You just threw John Burroughs up there, using him as an example of a person that suffered from some kind of a medical issue as the result of close proximity of something. You just decide to throw him in there? What is that? Did you ask him? Did you even tell him that you were going to do that? Alexa, dim living room light 50%. Which,
okay,
I did talk to John minutes before they showed his photo on the screen. I actually was talking to him on the phone. Because I said, John, they're bringing up this thing about medical issues connected to... I said, John, you got to watch this. He's searching. He found it. He watched it. I haven't spoken to him since, but I wanted to tip him off that they could be mentioning him. And lo and behold, I'm texting Fantasy and they show John Burroughs on the screen. I'm like, holy, I called it. I freaking called it. I was on the phone with John 3 minutes on the commercial break before they did that. And John could tell you. I was on the phone with John Burroughs, and they put his picture on the screen. I was like, get the... I can't even believe it. If this, and I want to see how the UAP people in that do podcasts and all this shit hype this up, hype this egg. Listen, Mork and Mindy looked better than this. Mork's egg is more impressive than what I seen on that freaking video. Nanu is better than what I experienced watching that shit tonight. It just got too woo-woo. It got way out there. And like I said, could this have happened? You got to ask them, it's their story. But when the general public watches something like this, they're like, oh, same old bullshit. This ain't nothing new. People claiming they are in a meditative state or lucid dreaming, or they can psychically communicate with divine beings or whatever. That's been going on for decades. There's nothing here. And remote viewing? Are you kidding me? Another thing that's been talked about for decades. Talk about being threatened. We've heard that one before. And then, of course, introducing Skywatcher technology. This is what we're going to be doing. You know how many groups are trying to do this? Nothing new. Shit, I skywatch at night. And whatever equipment you have looks like shit compared to my Sony A7S III. I mean, give me a break. Let's be real. That was laughable. And I feel for the whole community, and I haven't gotten a phone call. It's been silent. Nobody's called me to say, what did you think? What did you think of that video? Because everybody's saying the same thing probably as me. What bullshit. And I'm curious to see how some people out there are going to hype this shit up and make it out to be something else. This should have never been put out. This hurts disclosure. If this is the whole point, disclosure, this hurts it. This does not help it at all. My God, I'm more impressed with that triangle thing I got over my house that's real than a freaking video of night vision showing what looks like a balloon rolling on the ground. That's just my opinion. It looks like a fucking balloon. And the reason, well, why were they lowering it down to the ground? Because if it's something that they want to keep intact and they want to be gentle with it to recover whatever the hell's in that balloon, if it's a spy balloon, that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to roll it to the ground. They're going to try to get it to the ground as gently as they can so they can keep everything that's in it intact. We have the ability to attach and grab stuff and then bring it down to the ground. That's what it looked like. And it's night vision. It's going to look white in appearance. It picks up all the light, the reflection off the object. I could do that shit with my Sony. No fantasy. I'm not going to bring nobody on because I'm not going to get into this all night. I'm just venting right now. Because I don't want to make this a drawn-out thing all night. I saw your message on Skype. I just want to see what you're saying, because for some reason I'm having a problem. I'm talking about everything that just happened on that UFO special, UAP special, that was on News Nation. I can't pop out the YouTube chat for some reason, and I don't know why. But I am, disgusted. I should have just watched the game. I have it on recording. I'm deleting it. It's working. Oh, no, it loaded. It didn't want to load. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Skywalker says the video was. Let me just read out. I don't want to skip anybody's. Ginga says it was here. It looked like an egg, in my opinion. Bill is just mad because they stole his channel name. That's true. They supposedly researched for a year on this, right? It looks like a balloon. To me, it does look like a balloon. Like they recovered a spy balloon and they lowered it to the ground gently. Notice they cut the video after it rolled a little bit, then it cuts because there was stuff. It looked like there was stuff that was going to be exposed on the other side. Fantasy says that Skywalker says that video was total BS. I'm not surprised. And he mentioned about retrieving some other shaped object. Yeah, the disc-shaped one. The Akon, whatever the hell that is. Yes, the 8 slots. Skywalker says tired of the fake whistleblowers. But see, public perception. After they see this, that's what I'm saying. Public perception after seeing that show, the general consensus is going to be bullshit. That doesn't help. It hurts. Genghis says, and when talking about the associate, he said several of those type came down. UAP recovery video shows egg-shaped object exclusive. Reality check. Let me see what this... I can't show that on... because it's somebody else's proprietary stuff. You guys can all check it out. He put the link in chat. It happened to me. I went to the store to get butter and I came home with a dozen eggs and I don't know why. Oh my God. Elise says, I don't watch crap like that. Kathy says, I'm hot. Oh, I'm not happy camper. Dagger, I just saw News Nation dropping videos. I knew it would go that way with the miserable crying, streaming. Yeah, something's going on with the YouTube. Exactly. Genghis had to do it. Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah, really. The NFL game, which I have it off, what is the score? That's more interesting. And not for nothing. The Chiefs played, I would say, they did what they had to do on special teams to win that game, but they don't impress me. I think the Bills, if they're on top of the game, and the Ravens will whip their you-know-what. That's just my opinion. They do not impress me. Not this time around, they don't. I mean, it took them like half the game, more than half the game, to get 200 yards total. 50 points in the first. 54 points. Oh, am I reading that right? What? 31-21 in the first half? Yeah. Oh my God. Let's not talk about the refs. And Troy Aikman was right. Something has to be done at the end of the season to get this shit right. Because that was bull. Again, the penalty. Roughing the passer. He didn't even touch him. It was a collision between the two players. And another thing, too, is if a quarterback's going to run and take that chance, game on. Screw this bullshit. This is getting ridiculous now. It's just really getting ridiculous. Yeah. I agree. I agree, Fantasy. It is ridiculous. Mahomes needs to be stopped being protected. It's very simple. It is ridiculous. I mean, give me a break. Even Troy Aikman said this is totally unacceptable. That they got to do something about this at the end of the season. And he's right. And I'm glad that Troy Aikman said that. And he's a quarterback saying it. And a damn good one he was. In his prime. A quarterback is saying this. That this is just ridiculous. And it's true. totally agree. That's what I'm saying. When they start running, they are fair game. Fair game. And you notice how he tried to draw a penalty by slowing up as he's going to the sideline? Did you see that one? Mahomes, he's like intentionally trying to get the refs to call something. I was like, on a Texan player, like he actually slowed down. Not, he was still going out of bounds, but he slowed down to try to bring on a penalty call. That is such, I mean, it's so, oh my, obvious. They better, I'm telling you, if I was a fan of the Texans, I would be furious right now. Furious on the refs calling of that game. Well, I can't remember. Mark something. I forgot the guy's name. Martin? The ref, Curtis. I can't remember his name. Curtis Martin? I mean, this has to stop. This has to stop. The NFL is even getting bad. This is just... It's like everything. I wouldn't be surprised, Nicholas. I would not be surprised. But, I mean, tonight has been just like a nightmare. Right now, it is so hot in here that I have to open that door. Can you believe that? I'm dying in here. Maybe it's the coffee. I'm like literally freaking out from heat in here. It's 36 out, but I'm dying in here. Maybe because I'm just all upset. It could be as simple as that. What's up, Ronald? But that was so disappointing. That UFO, UAP Special on crash retrieval. Oh my God. I don't even have, I'm speechless. And trust me, I know a lot of people that, you know, and I respect them. And I don't make any judgment on them that they make the claims that they've had contact with extraterrestrials, or even some friends who claim they can summon them and all that. But it just sounds so woo-woo. And then saying it was like being possessed. People are going to say, so what were you being possessed by? Something pretending to be the mother of God and beauty and all that? How do you know it wasn't a demon? You could just hear the spin on all this. And, I mean, I'm like, this just went totally woo-woo. For a second, I thought we were going to see Dr. Greer come on the screen talking about his CE5 events, calling in the aliens. I swear, it just got so out there. I'm like, oh, my God, what are they doing? Where is this going? This is not good. If you're going to say you're going to have whistleblower, have a serious theme to it. Don't go into the woo-woo, because people are going to look at it and say, okay, that's it, I'm done. Change the channel. They just went off the rails. It doesn't help. And I want to see the people in the field, what their reactions to what was on that thing today in an honest way. Not bullshit, not kissing ass, all that shit. I want to see what they really say about this. Because that's what they, some of them, they just want to. Because they want to get closer to it. So they toe the line. They just want to get closer to it. That was a debacle. That was a debacle tonight. That was a debacle. I can't phrase it any better. I got to actually open the door. If anybody that I would like to, I'm going to call Chris DePerno. I want to see what his thoughts are. If anybody thought that was an impressive show, depicting any valid, credible information that we haven't heard, number one, remote viewing? How long have we been hearing about that? People that could have telepathic connections with extraterrestrials? How long have we been hearing that for? I mean, and then to see a Mork and Mindy egg rolling around? We're using night vision, where it makes everything look whitish in appearance because it's night freaking vision. I can do it here. I got night vision. Oh, God. It was... Matter of fact, I need to just relax. Maybe the coffee's got me too stressed out and too hyped up. Oh, just take a look at this. Let us just take a look. Oh my God, it even looks like this shit was on the sides. Oh. Oh. I almost saw a pattern like this on it. Let's just use this as a point of reference, just to put this out there. What about that? I mean, that's the Chinese balloon. There's actually photos of it taken by people. That's an actual photograph by a fisherman. And you see the stuff on the bottom? Of course they're going to lower it gently to the ground because they want to, if they recover the spy balloon, they want to get access and keep what's on the bottom of it intact. But notice how the video stops. They let it roll. It rolls a little bit and then the video stops. Why? That was North Carolina. Ronald, why did they stop the video? They should have kept rolling it. Why? Because it was going to expose this? How convenient? I mean, let's be real. I mean, seriously, let's just be real. And there, you could look up these images of the Chinese balloon everywhere. The Chinese spy balloon. They're everywhere. So can that be explained away? Absolutely. There's nothing there that's impressive to me in that video. Nothing. Nothing. Because they could have simply retrieved it. It's classified. Any technology that they can attain from a recovery from that. And of course they're going to try to gently put it down to the surface to protect what's underneath it. So they can recover it. For various reasons. I mean, this was bad. I mean, I'm speechless. I'm seriously speechless. And the Chinese spy balloon looks very, very similar to that. It does sure. I mean, it's not a Tic Tac. If anything that I can relate this to is to a spy balloon. I'm looking at all the photos of the spy balloon. It's like, that looks like it. I mean, this is just laughable. Laughable. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm actually like dumbfounded that I want to see something. Matter of fact, we have our own balloons too. Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm trying to, because they actually have comparisons here. I'm skimming through the article. Just one article. Oh, this one wouldn't show it. All right. This is an old article. This is from February 16, 2023. The scale of China's balloon surveillance could be more extensive than a handful of flights over the U.S. as intelligence agencies sift through hundreds of sightings of unidentified balloons and aerial objects in recent years, a lawmaker said. There are currently 5 known Chinese balloon flights into U.S. territory, including 2 during the Biden administration and 3 during Donald Trump's presidency. So this is not something this happens. The balloon, which was 200 feet tall and carried a payload weighing more than 2,000 pounds, was shot down. That's the one that was shot down off the coast of South Carolina. So, could this have been a balloon that they retrieved? I find that more plausible than the BS that they're trying to say that this is non-human intelligence. That's just I'm just saying it. It's just. Now, would you call that let's just put a poll. Would you call that an egg-shaped UAP or a spy balloon? Which one makes more sense to everybody watching right now? That just from looking at the video, what would you say it is? Or is it conclusive that that's a UAP? Or could it be a spy balloon? And of course, they're going to grab it and they're going to lower it to the ground gently so as not to damage any of the assets that they could recover underneath it. And notice how it started to roll and then the video stops. What's on the other side of that? They don't want us to see what that is? Because it's a freaking balloon with stuff underneath it. Yeah. What do you all think in chat right now on YouTube? What do you all think? You think it's a egg-shaped UAP? And then take into context all the things that were said after the revelation of the video. And people are going to look at that and say, this is just too woo-woo for me. And I wouldn't blame them. I felt like I was possessed by something. It was inside of me. I was flooded with all these different types of feelings, beauty, sadness. I was even crying, and I didn't know why I was crying. And he looked genuinely like this, I can't take away from the person's experience because we all have experiences. That's ours. We own it. So it's just like, what the heck? Fantasy. So again, and the hype built up to it. I was expecting, I knew it was going to be with this because they already had spilled it. It was going to be about an egg-shaped object with no surface features, no propulsion. How do we know that thing even has a propulsion? We don't see it flying. We see it being gently put on the freaking ground. How can we talk propulsion? You're lowering it down to the ground. Nobody's seeing it flying in the air. How do we know? Oh my gosh. This is just... I just want to forget about it and move on. That's how bad it was to me. I got to call Chris. I want to see Chris's take. Mr. Mufan. I'm live, and I am venting in a very negative way about that show. Um, Let me ask you your opinion. Now you're live. What did you think about this egg?
Hold on one second. I want to pause something.
All right.
Um, I don't know yet. I mean, I saw the video, but there's 100 questions should have been asked about the video. Why was it dropped there? I mean, it didn't. I mean, I would have liked to seen if it was dropped at a base or something like that. It looked like it was just dropped at a field.
Does it not look similar to the Chinese balloon?
I didn't think about that, but now that you say it, there's some resemblance. It could be. Could very
Dude,
well be.
that shit looks like a balloon that they gently put to the ground because they wanted to keep the integrity of what's ever attached to it on the bottom of it. Because if you notice, they let it roll a little and then they stop the video. Because I would like to see the entire video to show us what's on the other side if that kept rolling.
Well, is that the only video, or is there more to that video?
I don't know. Somebody said that there's a 1.5 minute clip, but I can't show it on my screen. I could look at it, but I can't share it because obviously that's other people's proprietary stuff.
Yeah, but is there a video? Have you seen that video?
I saw the video that was on today, but I would like to.
The video, the 1.5 minute you're talking about.
No, I'm scrolling up to see. Well, here we go. Bob put it in. Oh, it's just a teaser trailer.
I'm very curious about it because I mean, if everything is right what he says, but here's the thing that he's got in his favor. He's got Gary Nolan pretty much
I know.
like saying, "Hey, not for nothing, but this is right."
I'm looking at the video now. And then they do the pause so we could look at it. And not for nothing, with the weight of the canvas around it, and it's creating that egg shape from the weight of the canvas, it looks like it could be pressing onto a balloon. Because it's pressure on it. It's making it give it that oval effect from the weight of the canvas on the one side. It's rolling.
I tell you, for a craft though, it's awful small, don't you think? Or maybe that's just a camera.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell, because they cut the video after it rolls for a little bit. They should just have showed the whole video.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't show the whole video. Why he didn't take a longer. I mean, since he took a video, why didn't he take?
There has to be a longer clip of this video. This just can't be the entire video. It can't be. There's got to be more to it.
There's about 100 questions I want to ask this guy. I mean, I'd like to see. I know it's practically impossible, but I would like to see his medical records. What the doctors say, what they think he was exposed to, that he lost all his hair. But if you look at him, it looks like his hair is back.
And not only that, he said he was possessed by something that emanated in a frequency into him, that he felt like he was possessed, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Mother, like a mother of God, but there was sadness, and I'm like, oh my gosh. When people watch that, they're gonna say this is just too out there. It's woo woo.
Yeah, it's really that was really woo-woo.
And then when you start talking about having people with this psionics team calling in ET, I was thinking right away, this is CE5. This is not.
Yeah, this is Stephen Greer.
That's exactly what entered my mind. And then when they put John Burroughs on the screen,
I wonder if John Burroughs knows that.
I called him before it, and it happened. I actually called John. I said, John, they're going to be talking about people that suffered medically from being close proximity to some of these events. He says, Bill, I'll put it on now. I'm going to check it out. And I swear to you, I was actually texting with Fantasy. And it happened like 3 minutes later. There's a photo of John Burroughs. They're referring to John Burroughs and they mention his name. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah, but it's public, so there's not much they can do about it.
No, no, but they still threw him on the screen.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
to the whole public, it's like now it's people going to be wondering, well, where's John Burroughs? Why don't he speak about it? It's like they did that on purpose to like apply pressure to him to come forward, like trying to put him in a position. To me, that's what it seemed like to me. Like, why would you mention the guy? The only one that they bring up is Burroughs. Because you know why? They want Burroughs badly to go public. That's why. And you and I know how John feels about that.
Yeah, John wants to be left alone.
Exactly. So that's their way of trying to toy and mess with him, but it ain't gonna work.
No,
It's not gonna work.
I think what you're going to see is, well,
And then to say that at the end, the Skywalker Technologies were working on camera systems and detection, and then they show that.
Skywatcher. They got the Skywatcher group.
Yeah.
First thing.
And then they show this video of objects in the sky moving around, and I'm like, what the hell is that? That's supposed to impress me? Shit, I get better shit on my Skywatches. I'm like, this is bad. That's the best you can do? You make this such a hyped up special announcement, all this build up, and this is what you put out there to the public, bringing up remote viewing and possessed and all this stuff. People are gonna look at that and they're gonna laugh. You think, let me ask you this question. You think that this did more harm or good for disclosure?
Hold on. Bill, let me call you. Let me call you back because somebody who knows about this is calling me right now.
Go, bye.
I put his name over there.
Bye. In my opinion, this did definitely more harm than good. In my opinion, this did not help. It did not. And you worked over a year on this? This for a year? No way. And now, because I know what's coming, because he even hinted it, this is just the first. And I said that this was just the first. Now I'm completely worried about what I know is coming next. I'm going to be like, oh my God. Now what are they going to, oh my gosh, please don't go back to this egg. Stay away from the egg. It's rotten. I'm just totally disappointed. Totally. That game sounds pretty good. It's just so woo-woo. It's just... I don't really care who wins either, this one. I just want the Eagles to lose tomorrow. And I am rooting for the Bills tomorrow night. All I know is I don't want to see the Chiefs win a third. And this favoritism toward the Chiefs, especially Mahomes. I am tired of this. The refs, I am so sick of it. It is just, ugh. I know, he was playing from the beginning of the game when he hurt his knee. But still. Ugh, screw the Eagles. But anyway, it was just, oh my God. And then, when you talk about the Skywatcher group, and the guys that are backing up his story are working for this group, you have to wonder. Of course they're going to say the guy's credibility is spotless and all that, because they're working with him in this private enterprise. What are they going to say? Something different? They're all working together. I mean, really? I just, yeah, the UAP dogfight. That's what I'm saying at the end. And then the guy is under duress. And supposedly, when he's under duress and disconnects, that's when the egg falls. Oh my God. Oh. Now, the video I heard about is way more serious than this. That's the one, if it's true. If the video that I was told about ever comes out, if it exists, that is going to be much more the one. But this one shows some serious shit going on. Allegedly, it's out there. When and if it comes out, I don't know. Now, that could be very, very interesting. And it supposedly happened in 2023. But I can't talk about the details of it, but there's a lot of talk about it in the background. But that shit could be serious. But now, after seeing this Mork and Mindy egg, I'm like, this is not good. Oh my God. Like, it's just too much. I'm speechless. And I don't know what they talked about afterwards. Because I shut it off. I saw the whole thing and that was it. I swear I drank coffee, but I should have had a shot. It's like, that could have made me drink tonight. I could have relapsed after watching that. I could have definitely relapsed and had a drink. Oh my God. Look, oh my God. Even if a spy balloon and they lost what was underneath it, it's going to look like one solid round ball. A spy balloon. I can't. I'm having a hard time. The aliens invented the weather balloon. This is like Roswell with a twist. Look how things come full circle. You know what I mean? It's like instead of a weather balloon, it's a spy balloon. I can't even take it. I mean, and then when it just spun out of control, I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? Where are they going with this? Oh. I knew about this, but I didn't know the video. I didn't know what the video was going to show. I knew this was coming, but I didn't know what the video, because there's another video that is like, if it's true, it's just crazy. But this, I didn't know what the video was going to show. And after seeing that whole presentation, like I said, forget about my personal opinion on it. That really is not what matters here. It's what the general public, after seeing something like that, sees. They're going to be like, oh my God. It's almost like laughable. They're not going to take it serious. Even if the guy is telling the truth, like, let's just say. Just say. Sake of argument. Let's say he is telling everything he said was true. People seeing that are going to be like, this is bullshit. So why would you present it to the public? I guarantee you the majority of the people that have seen that are going to be like, what TF just happened? So I see this doing more harm than good overall by putting something like that out there to the public. What are they to make? What do they think about this? What are they to make out of this? It's like possession, threats, CE5s, psionics, people telepathically connecting, remote viewing. Things we've heard for years. For Christ's sake, I know people that are experiencers, that claim they're experiencers. Lots of them. This is not something new. Through meditation, I can connect with a divine guide or extraterrestrials. Even in my lucid state, I'm communicating directly with them. This is not something new. And then, of course, the remote viewing spin. But when he said possessed, that it was inside, it was a frequency. You know how many times I've heard frequency? I talk about frequency, vibration. This is just ridiculous. It's old. There's nothing new here. And a freaking egg-shaped, not an egg, actual egg. That would be a mighty big egg. It looks like a freaking spy balloon. If I was to reach, I would like to take Mark D'Antonio's opinion on this. I would like to hear Mark D'Antonio's opinion on what if he's seen this. What does he think? He would probably say it's a freaking balloon. I think a lot of people that would try to reach some kind of a rational, logical explanation to it after seeing the video would deduct that's a balloon. Most likely a spy balloon or some other type of balloon. Maybe the balloon had a classified attachment to it and they retrieved it and brought it back to the ground as it descended. Who the heck knows? It doesn't have to be Chinese in nature. It could be some test of classified freaking experiment. And it was their job to retrieve it and bring it back to the ground. It could be as simple as that. What the hell is going on? Are we supposed to be that like naive and stupid and gullible to believe this bullshit? That's how upset I am. That I'm upset. And you know what else that does? It damages the credibility of the people involved. It can't help. It cannot help. Because people are going to say, I can't take this person serious anymore. Coming out with something like that, I can't take this serious anymore. As a source. I'm not even going to mention names in the past, but when they associated with a certain individual, they put their reputations at stake, connected to a certain individual, and shit would blow up. Let's think about the mummified child that they said was an alien body. Remember that? And it turned out that it was a mummified child? No, it was an extraterrestrial body. I can't. That's why I wrote that song. That's why I wrote that in my song. Is it a false flag thing? And I'm not a conspiratorial person. I'm the last person. But after something like this, you have to wonder, what the heck was this about? Oh my God. Yes, it did. Fantasy. When that shit happened, that was a big black eye. Big. This is what... So, though I'm talking with Stephen Bassett tomorrow with Toby, I ain't bringing this shit up. I'm not touching this. I may just generally, because I got 4 pages of notes on this crap that I threw the book. I don't even know. Maybe the book landed in the freaking wood stove and it went on fire. I don't even see it. It might be burning. I'm not even kidding. I threw it. It might have went right into the wood stove and poof. But I can't even see it. My notes might be on fire. Like that's a big loss right now. Not. Somewhere. Somewhere. I'm not going to worry about it. Listen, I'm building another model. Okay? It's not completed. I started it. I painted. This shit is more impressive than what I saw on that show. This is the model I'm building. It's not completed because I got to put decals and finish painting certain things. I haven't even glued the top yet. If I would have saw something like this, and I painted it, you see how I painted it, I still got to put the decals. Look, there's a little gray. There's two of them. You look a lot more impressive than what I've seen on TV. Do you know that? I mean, if it was something like this, I'd be like, holy shit! Yeah, I'm going to put lights in that one too. I'm going to light it up inside. I'm going to put 3 lights, 1 in the middle, 2 on the end, so you could see the inside of it. That's a whole different story when I build that model. Yeah, I've been working on the models on my own downtime. Like when I was watching the football game today, I was working on the model. But, I mean, I don't even want to talk about it anymore because it's got me like sick. Everyone is pissed, Tom, and so I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people in the chat feel the same way. And you know, there are people like, let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. I need a lot more than that. That's what I said. My model looks better than the egg. I should go out there with a night vision camera and lower it down when this thing is all lit up, because I'm going to put lights. Holy shit, one landed in my backyard. But I wouldn't do that because I don't want to play that fake bullshit either. That's funny, Daryl. Will you add the lighted one to the Pine Bush Museum? Hell no, these are my models. Yeah, I saw that. A lot of people aren't going to believe this. What do you have to say? I'm not here to convince anybody. I don't think you did. Oh my gosh. What's up, Julian? Oh. I can't believe it. Believe it. And like I said, if it was a big breaking thing, like if it was impressive, I would have had this phone being lit up by people calling me. Did you see it? Did you see it? Not one person has called me about this because they're totally disappointed too. And it's not even worth talking about. Because this phone should have lit up. If it was something impressive, this phone would have lit up with all kinds of people. What's your thoughts on it? Oh my God, I seen a better egg on the pilot of Mork and Mindy. That's what I think. Oh my God. I mean, like I said, that's the first thing I was thinking. Nanu Nanu. This is just, I gotten way out of control. Ooh. This is a Nanu Nanu moment. I swear, I was like, this is just not a good look. It's just not a good look. And to be all dead serious, I think this does more harm than good by putting something like that out there to the public. I'd rather watch episodes of In Search Of or Unsolved Mysteries from 30 years ago than what I just seen on the TV. Really, people on all sides are pissed. egg and duct tape comments. But again, I showed this. I mean, and there's so many different types. This is the first thing that entered my mind. And pick it. You could just pick any one you want. Pick one. I don't care which one you pick. Pick any image you want. And if you noticed, as it's being lowered and the canvas is being pressed upon its surface, it creates an ovalish look. Like, because it's a balloon and the weight of the canvas as it's hitting the ground is now settling on it and creating an oval effect. Meaning it's hollow, it's being bent. It's being bent. Does that indicate a solid object or an object that gives to its skin because of the weight on it? And it just rolls so easily. I mean, come on. Nobody needs to be an expert video analyst to figure this out. In a heartbeat. It's just, I'm baffled. I'm baffled. I'm baffled. I really, really am like totally baffled. What? TikTok is officially banned right now? I don't know. I'm streaming on TikTok. Why don't I find out if my stream's still going on? I am streaming on TikTok. Or at least I was. Let me check. It's gone. It has been enacted. It's official. It just happened to me. Sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the US. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok right now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. That's it. That's it. So who said that in chat? Nicholas was right on it. TikTok is done right now. But President Trump already indicated that he's going to give it a 90-day extension, and the person that owns TikTok is going to be at the inauguration. I guarantee by Monday night, TikTok will be back. I can't guarantee. Let me rephrase that. There's a highly likely that TikTok will be reestablished by Monday evening. I'm just saying. Whether you like TikTok or not, or use it or don't, if my gut instinct probably says something like that. But TikTok is officially down. So, let's see what happens with that. And I'm not going to get into all the political stuff that's going on about the intention or what happens on Tuesday. I'm sure most of you already know that's paying attention to this stuff. I'm not making this a political show right now. Oh, it's so hot in here. I'm dying. Can you believe I got to open the door? It's 36 degrees out and I'm dying in here. If that light starts to move, then we've got issues. If that light were to move, imagine. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I can't. It's like it's almost like I used to teach anger management. I taught it for 2 years. I need to use those same, how would I call it? Dealing with lowering one's anger. Take deep breaths. Think of a happy place in your mind. Forget about everything. Just put yourself in a place that makes you happy. Screw counting backwards, because that shit ain't working. Like I'm gonna start counting backward, like that's gonna help. If I'm being put out for surgery or something, I'm gonna start counting backwards, and then before I know it, I don't remember what the hell happened. I mean, it's like, really? I just showed it. The TikTok is down, Bob. I just showed it. My TikTok stream stopped. It went down. It's done. Done. And like I said, if it was something impressive, that phone would have not stopped all night. I haven't gotten a text, an email, a call. You would have thought after, if it was something big, people would be calling and getting my, because they do, get my opinion on it. You don't want to know my opinion right now. You don't. It went down 2 minutes before you mentioned it. Well, that's thanks to Nicholas. Nicholas is the one that made me check. Nicholas said, I'm seeing reports on Twitter that TikTok is officially banned just right now. That's when I noticed it, when he said it, and I checked my stream. Log out. It's not working. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I would show the video, but that's a News Nation copyright strike right there. Toast. I cannot say now that I'm streaming on TikTok, but I am on Facebook and YouTube. If I was on Rumble and the others, but no. What was this? Happy birthday, Ron. It's also Mom's birthday. Coming up, too. Mom's is Saturday. A week from today. Bob says, for a small fee, I can get people in the United States Tic Tacs from Canada. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Genghis says, yeah, I could put an egg in a sling and lower it down on a golf course lawn. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the crazy memes that are going to come out based on this? Can you imagine? I could see like someone putting a stork with a cable attached to it, lowering the egg down to the ground. Oh, I could just think of a million. I may have to write a parody song over this. I might even call it Nanu Nanu. Oh my God. I mean, like I said, I'm lucky I don't have vodka. Well, I don't drink vodka. Tequila or something in the house, because I would have took a shot. But I already had coffee. That wouldn't work. But this is just too much. And I feel for the people, not really, who promoted this and tried to make this into a big deal. Like on TV and in podcasts and all that shit. Like, all I ever said is, watch News Nation, reach your own conclusions. There's an alleged whistleblower helicopter pilot, and it has to deal with some egg-shaped... I didn't even say that at the beginning because I couldn't get into the details. Exclusive video. If that's exclusive video, I need to bring my video out and give it to... I would not give it to them. Shit, my video is more impressive than that garbage. Yes, that is the famous ex-lady. It is. Amy. Giant chickens are coming for us. Could you... Maybe that was an egg from a new Jurassic Park Island. Or maybe that's a teaser from the next Godzilla Kong movie. It's Mothra's egg. Mosura. I'm like, what the freak is going on? Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't. I'm going to crack tonight. I know it. I'm going to crack. I can't. I'm telling you. It's just outrageous. I dare not. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to be speaking with Steven. I dare not even bring this up to Steven. No, I don't drink no more. Well, I drank a couple of beers last night. Oh my God. I wasn't bad this morning because I only had 3. But I was like ill. I can't do it anymore. But I'm happy because, and it's in a sock. It's in a sock. It's protected. I just don't know which sock it's in. I think it's in the bigger sock. It's got to be this sock. So what's in the sock? We'll find out more than what's in the egg. Oh my God. So there's this sock and this sock. And I do have, but it's the bigger sock. Well, I didn't, remember, beer is one thing. Tequila is a different thing. You know what I mean? There's a difference. There's a big difference, Genghis, between a beer and taking shots. At least in my book. Now, if you were to say, I stopped drinking alcohol, that would be a lie. Now I feel like Maury. That was a lie. Oh, my mother watches that shit. I'm like, how could you watch this stuff? How can you watch that? So, here it is. And it's tied to my phone, the GoPro Max. So ready to go. It is on 360. Firmware is updated. The card is in here. This thing is ready to start recording. And I don't have just one. I have 2. I don't even want to get into that story. But yeah, it's ready to go. There it goes. Now, obviously, the lenses are covered. That's interesting how it went back to 3.6 to 1. I forgot how I did it. Video. I changed the settings today. There's no media, of course, because I haven't done anything yet. That's funny how it's GPS and it has the date updated. It's pretty cool. It even has the time, 10:49. That's right. Grid on, grid off. So this thing is ready. I gotta hit the video. I already messed with the settings. No media, no shit. How did I change it? I forgot. There it is. You can't read it, but it says 360 video is ready to go. You can't read it, but it's ready for 360 right there. 360 video. I can't read the fine print, but this thing is ready to go. So as soon as the weather gets nice, I'll be doing a 360 video on the bike. can't wait. And I got 2 of them. I was going to send the other one back, but I've decided to keep it because it's so hard to get these now. It's not easy to get a GoPro Max unless you're going to pay crazy amount of money and get gouged, because that's what they're doing, like everything else. Price gouging. But as soon as there's a nice day, like in the 40s, I'll be out there testing it. Like, I could test it right now. I could just put it outside on a tripod and just, we'll see everything around. But it doesn't, I don't think they can live stream. I have not tried that yet. Matter of fact, we're going to try that now. Let's see what the settings are on the Quick app, because you got to get the Quick app to do this. Now I have 3 GoPro cameras. I can't wait to do these videos. I made my doctor laugh because I'm 169 as of yesterday. And I told the doctor, guess what? Wait till summer. If you thought I lost a lot of weight last year, wait till this year. You're going to start worrying about me. He goes, why? Because I got to do those videos I was telling you about with all the biking. I got to do them all over. Because I got to record them with a 360 camera now. He started laughing. They think I'm crazy, which is good. It's all right. I make them laugh. Okay. I don't have to take the cap off. Let me see. I don't think you could. I honestly think you cannot stream live with these. Quick. The GoPro has no footage. What do you mean it has no footage? I didn't record. Video. Oh shit, you can. Whoever said that you can't stream with the GoPro 360 is just wrong. Because it's allowing me to do that. I'm going to pretend YouTube. It will. Resolution. Okay. Because I'm streaming now. I'm dying in here. Select a Wi-Fi network. Okay, the 5G in the house. Oh, now it wants the password. Lovely. Wrong password, because I didn't put one in. Okay. Connecting to Fios. It's a long password, and I have it memorized. Every time people come over, can I get access to your Wi-Fi? Just ask Ronald. He'll tell you. Commanders are up big over Lions, 45-28. How much time left in the game? See? I can go live with the... You can't see it. See, continues highlighted up. Skywatcher Gaming. I can go live on my 360. I don't know what people were saying that they can't go live with the 360. That's a lie. That is a lie. So, it can. Uh-oh, there's communication going on between the host over this video. Let me shut the GoPro down. I'm sweating in here. Do you know that? That's because people don't know how to do things. I can't stream with my GoPro because you're not doing it right. And you know what? There was somebody that came in chat and says, "Oh, GoPros suck. So many problems with them." I've never had a problem with a GoPro. Never. Never. It's people aren't tech savvy, and when something happens, they panic and they blame the device. Meanwhile, it's them. It's them that have the issues, not the device. It's them. That's like, let's just say you have a vacuum cleaner, right? And it's no longer working. It's no longer picking up the stuff. Well, why don't you just check it out and see if all the hoses and underneath is clear before they'll just throw it out and buy a new one, thinking it doesn't work anymore. Oh my God. Oh my God, Chris. I am live.
Yeah, he thought it was a nothing burger too.
Yep. Well, there's a message going on in the group chat. I haven't seen it yet. Well, I'm going to look now what they're saying. You're part of that group chat, if you know what I'm talking about.
No, hey, what group chat is that?
On Skype. The group. The show group.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for it now.
So am I. The Padre just tweeted about it. Padre writes, "Well, here's the footage that was supposedly going to rock the world. I watched the 1 hour show on News Nation and I have many questions and concerns." Like he's the only one.
It's a nothing burger.
I know.
You know, I'm looking at this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta tell you, I'm looking at the shadow.
Uh-huh.
Look at the shadow.
I know. I was looking at that too when I seen it. It doesn't necessarily. Now, first of all, we don't know what the light source is that's creating that shadow. Is it the?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So there's just a lot of questions on that video in itself. And I would like to see the entire video not cut and taken out of context for a convenience on their part because they don't want to.
Look at the whole. I mean, I'm looking at this thing. They got one single line, so this thing can't be heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got one single line. They got one thing just wrapped around it, so it can't be that big or heavy. So I don't see no damage to this. So where did it crash? And I'm looking at the shadow, and the shadow is showing something at the back end that looks like maybe almost like a propeller. You see at the back end of the shadow?
I would have to watch the video again.
And stuff. Anyways, yeah, I don't think there's anything to this.
There isn't. And you know what, Chris? And like I was asking everybody in the chat that's watching, in their opinion, forget about the authenticity of it being a UAP or NHI, non-human intelligence. That's just bullshit. But is it if they, after watching this whole hour, if they watch the whole hour, is this better or worse if you're one of those people that are into disclosure? This is a no good thing that came out tonight. This did not help at all. If anything, it made people laugh and think this is a joke. It's woo-woo. This is ridiculous, in my opinion.
But we all knew this was going to be a nothing. I mean, we've always talked about this and saying we get so excited because maybe this is coming, and it never comes.
Yep.
You know,
it's the same old, same old. But I'm curious to see the people that are going to try to hype it up and for what reasons why they would do that.
Money.
Yeah, and to get connected to certain groups. Because, you know, they want to kiss the ring.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for somebody like Dolan to put out stuff
Oh, I know. Rich probably already did.
and stuff. I can't see him supporting this.
I can't see many people supporting this.
Yeah.
And again, after putting something out there like this, it has to say, wow, I put my name associated to this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then, I mean, oh boy.
I think people are starting to wise up and go, you know what?
That's what I'm saying, without getting specific. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just not good. I'm telling you, this is not good.
Well,
You know that already. I don't have to tell you. You already know
yeah,
that.
but they build it up. Oh, we got absolutely positively,
Exactly.
and you find out they ain't got jack shit.
This is
I mean,
strap in. This is going to be wild. What?
if
Yeah,
we're gonna change the course, we're gonna go for a wild ride.
exactly. This is a goose egg.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a goose egg.
So I mean, you look at it and go, this guy. I don't know. I mean, the more I see that video, the less I kind of go. I don't know. I take him very, very cautiously now.
Look,
Now he's trying to call them down.
exactly.
Yeah, it's all this Stephen Greer stuff that he does, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to be a little cautious about all this.
Me too. Oh, there was numerous flags for me. Numerous. I
Because all
felt
these guys are making documentaries. They're trying to make money off of this stuff, and I'm saying to myself, I'm getting so. I just think there's more shams in ufology now than there ever been before.
But then you got to wonder, like some people in here, and you know me, I'm not Mr. Conspiracy. But then you got to wonder why. Why? Well, like, why would they do it? Like you said, that's the root of everything, money. Because, of course, at the end of it, they have to talk about Skywatcher Technologies and what they're doing and push their group and get it out there. Of course, self-promotion, of course, what we're doing. But I'm like, this is just, I'm telling you, Chris, I'm talking with Toby tomorrow with Stephen Bassett for our show because it's a pre-record because Monday's the inauguration. And a lot of people want to tune into that because even people in the field want to see if what Trump says during his inauguration speech, if he makes any kind of direct or indirect reference to transparency or whatever. So a lot of people are tuning in for their own certain reasons, But we're gonna do the pre-record tomorrow. Do you think I'm gonna briefly say to Steve tomorrow, I'm not gonna make it a big topic. I'm gonna say, and Steve, did you happen to watch the News Nation special last night? What did you think about all that? That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all you got to do is say I've become very cautious about whistleblowers and everything, and I reserve my decision until I see more. You know that?
Yeah, I tell you, I'd rather have, people like when I had Salas on the other night. I'd rather have people that have, I would say, more credibility and more stability and track record than what I witnessed tonight. I'm possessed. I felt like I was possessed. Like something was inside of me. And I had all these different rush of emotions going on. It was beautiful. I wrote it down, but I think I threw my notebook in the wood stove, so it might be burnt up because I got so pissed. I'm not kidding. I swear, Chris, I threw the book. I can't find it. I think it landed in the fire. What are the chances of that? So, he did mention it felt like it was a beautiful female energy source, like the Mother of God. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is sounding, how would I say it, pseudo culty religious kind of a deal going on.
Put on a white robe and
Yeah, man. I was like, okay, this is getting a little weird now. I was like, why did you do this? Why did you allow this to be presented? What good did that do?
Didn't do any good.
No good. It's one thing to have a whistleblower say, like with a straightforward face, and say, listen, I was involved in this. Get to the facts. Let's not mess around with all this other sideshow stuff. But they wouldn't have enough content if they were to do that. They just had to fill it in for the hour. That's what it sounded. It felt like that. They were just filling in time to make this into a special. That's what it felt like. It was like almost forced for content. So I'm like, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have gone there. I I'm not the producer, but I would have been raising flags. Do you really want to go public with this? Do you think this is a good idea? Did not anybody say proceed with caution putting this out there? Didn't no, or are they all like yes people and they just went with it?
No, no, they because they built it up. I mean, look at it. Even guys like us were saying,
Yes.
you know, when you hear something, you go, well, maybe this might be the one. Remember, you know, we always say it, maybe, because we know it's real. We know the phenomenon is real, right? So we and other people do the same thing. Look to see if finally they're going to admit the truth to us. And it's coming more to realization they will never.
Never.
You know?
You got to look. Dude, I've been doing digging. I've been picking up a lot of things behind the scenes, like this stupid, ridiculous DOD policy that they have now. But that can change under a new administration.
What DOD policy is that?
I got to send you the document. It's a new directive by the DOD. It was passed on September 12th, 2024, outlining the new criteria when dealing with SAPs. I have it.
Good luck with that, because if you're going to do that, don't start just clean it up. Put it right, because it's gotten so dirty. I mean, the minute these guys get into power, if they let this go, even for a week, people are going to jump all over them and say, you knew this was happening, why didn't you shut it down? You got to shut it down. You got to investigate. You can come out and say, we're going to investigate all these black projects, black op projects, and we're going to investigate all of them where the money went. Then you're fine. But if you don't do that and you let it go, and then 6 months go by, and you say, "Oh, geez, money's missing." Well, you knew money. The cat's out of the bag now. You knew money was missing. The Department of Defense said we can't account for half of our budget.
Another thing, I can make an analogy to that. When this whole drone thing was coming out, they should have got ahead of it. They should have been brutally honest and put it out to the public. This is what it is, not this BS that they kept stringing along the public. No answers. What's going on? It's like it makes them look worse. It makes them, the more time passes, it just looks worse on them for not being transparent about what was really going on. And then people, and obviously you can't blame people for speculating it's this. Instead of getting ahead of it and just coming out right away and saying, this is what it was, blah, 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 blah. No, they let it just keep going out there and lingering out there, hanging. And people are like, what the heck? What's going on?
It all depends.
And it creates mistrust. Absolutely.
It all depends on whose drones they are. If they're ours, what were they looking for? Okay? And they won't tell us that.
No.
They'll go, it was a training exercise. Well, why didn't you say it was a training exercise?
Exactly.
Right. If it was the Chinese, right? If it was the Chinese, why didn't you say, hey, this is the Chinese doing this, and we're going to stop it?
Right.
So, I mean, there's so many unanswered questions. There's so many things that doesn't make sense. And they know it. They right now, they don't give a damn because they got one more day.
Exactly.
They got one more day. He gave his farewell speech. he pardoned 2,700 people, and I'm not against that because a lot of them they shouldn't have been in jail to begin with. They were like low-level marijuana dealers and stuff like that. Who gives a shit?
It's
Right?
like, dude, TikTok got shut down tonight. But
Well, people don't understand. Let me tell you something. I don't blame. I like TikTok, but I understand why it has to be shut down because when you get on it, all your information, and it's not just information that you put on there. It's information from your cell phone, which means your accounts and everything else can be hacked into.
but the same can be said for all these platforms, social media platforms.
If they're from overseas, yes, you're absolutely right. If they're American companies, they're not supposed to do that.
But it happens. Google is not your friend.
Well, of course not.
I
Of
mean,
course not. But you know what? But look at them all now. They're going over and kissing the ring because they know Trump is going to say no more of this shenanigans.
and that's the thing. This is going to be maybe a 36-hour, maybe 48-hour that it's down. I bet you by Monday night, TikTok will be back.
Well, yeah, because he's already said he's going to give
90 days.
90-day reprieve.
Exactly.
So American person. You know who I think is going to buy TikTok? It's Kevin O'Leary.
There's a lot of speculation, and I'm not talking about Elon Musk, but there's a lot of people out there, even a YouTuber said that's made a lot of money. He said, I'll buy TikTok. There's a lot of people that would want to jump into that circle to try to obtain and buy it.
The problem is...
China's not going to... I don't know what China's going to do on this.
Well, yeah, but you know what I do? I start TikTok too.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Put it on TikTok or TikTok too?
There are a lot of people with small businesses. There are a lot of people out there that have grown dependent on TikTok.
Right.
They make money. They're businesses, believe it or not.
But listen, they did the same thing with YouTube. They went to Rumble. Now Rumble's one of the biggest things going.
Yep.
All right. So you can put other platforms up. Trump got shut off on these, so you put up True Social.
No, I get it. I understand this. They create the alternative.
Right, and so they're making money hand over fist that way. But the thing is, you can't allow. Look, if you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to send you something that my friend of mine that was a security analyst. He does international security analyst.
I know who you're talking about. He's been on your show. I know who you're talking about.
Okay. He was just on the show.
Yep.
He sent me stuff that I'm telling you what the Chinese are doing is very frightening. Well, he sent me all this. He sent me the stuff, and I'm looking at the stuff, and I go, "You got to be kidding me!" I actually called him up, and I says, "Is this for real, or is this speculation?" He goes, "No, this is for real."
And not for nothing, when all this was initiated, even people like Rubio, even President Trump they were for the ban because of the security concerns. This was not a partisan issue. This was a bipartisan agreement that TikTok should be banned. This is not a partisan issue.
No.
So
Rubio just said during his confirmation hearing that if we don't get on the stick, he says the Chinese party will dominate us and we will be beholden to them because if they can stop our medications, they can stop all kinds of stuff that are coming over from China. We need to start becoming more self-sufficient.
absolutely.
So the party within 9 years, they said, can dominate us. And so if we say, hey, we don't like that, okay, well, we're not sending you any of the ingredients for your medications, your high blood pressure pills. Forget it. You're not getting it.
Yeah.
You're not.
But I wrote Trump when COVID was going on, and I indicated that to him. I told him about a dependency on China and India, specifically at that time. It was about the medicine and the medicinal plants that are used to create the ingredients for a lot of medication and our dependency. And I swear, Chris, a few weeks later, he made that deal with Kodak to start doing things here. It was a multi-million-dollar contract with Kodak. So it's not like they're not aware of that, but this administration that just happened didn't seem to be too concerned about it, but I guarantee the Trump administration will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because and this is the one thing, they should have to ban foreign money coming to politicians.
Oh, God, yes. That has to stop.
That absolutely has to stop, Bill. You're right on the money.
Oh.
All money cannot go into politicians.
I agree.
Because, you know, it's bad enough the lobbyists.
Yes. Special interests.
Special interest groups, you know, but foreign money,
yep.
I mean, because these guys get so greedy and they're taking stuff, and before you know it, you know, they're pressured into voting certain ways, which are detrimental to the United
Absolutely. States. They're influenced.
Yeah, of course they are. And I hope Trump does that. I hope he says, okay, you know, two things. I hope they put term limits in for senators and congressmen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though
that's long overdue, by the way. Long overdue.
Yeah.
Term limits
need to go sometime. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. So I'm hoping that he gets term limits then for political people, because then you don't have the corruption.
Yeah.
Right? And he stops foreign interest groups from putting money into these people.
Well, it all begins on Monday, Chris.
Well, I tell you one thing he is going to do.
Well, really, Tuesday.
Right. But he said, Monday. He says he's going to sign executive orders Monday as soon as he gets inaugurated.
Yep. Well, let it begin, because I'm interested in seeing a lot of things going on. So, go ahead.
Is that I'm dying to see. He says he's going to release the JFK transcripts.
Yeah, he said that on Rogan, too.
Yeah, he says the American people need to know.
I
think that's planned because remember the intelligence community screwed him last time, and Pompeo turned around and said, "No, please don't do this, Mr. President." And he listened to Pompeo. Well, Pompeo's not in the cabinet now.
I would personally like them to dig into Flight TWA 800. That was the one that drove me nuts. Oh, my God. That's when the plane exploded off the Long Island coastline.
Yeah, but that was one of our ships that did that.
But they said it was a faulty fuel line or something that it exploded. I know. That's what I'm saying. What bull. So and they didn't even allow any of the witness testimony to be put in. It's submitted in the court. The 2 times they had the freaking hearings, not one witness testimony was admitted. That is such garbage. So there's a lot of stuff out there that I would like to know.
The witnesses said they watched the missile go up and hit it.
Hundreds, over 100 witnessed a projectile going up toward it.
So, I mean,
100, over 100 confirmed. I think it's like 104, 103 confirmed witness says they described seeing some kind of projectile going up toward that plane when that exploded. So that one just drives me nuts because I remember it as clear as day, and because I used to go to the island all the time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck, man. So, but anyway, let me ask you this question on a totally unrelated topic.
Sure.
Do you know what the weather in Buffalo is tomorrow?
Cold.
No snow?
No snow, but cold.
Okay, so the game is going to be really cold.
But, and that's going to favor us because Josh Allen can play in cold weather.
Well,
I'll tell you what, this might be the Super Bowl right here. Because these two teams are awesome. And
I agree. This is going to be one heck of a game tomorrow night. This is going to be, and I got to do shows too. 8 o'clock.
That Baltimore Ravens got 2 great players. They got a quarterback, Lamont, I think he is.
And the running back, Henry's
a freaking tank.
I mean, I think either one of those teams can definitely take out the Chiefs. I have no doubt about that.
Oh, the Bills have already taken out the Chiefs.
I know.
before.
They're the ones with the one loss.
Right. So, but the thing is, the Ravens, they're just a damn good team. They can move the ball. They got good defense. The idea is to try to keep Josh Allen in the pocket. See, once he gets out of the pocket and he starts running, he is formidable. Because that guy can run, and he's starting to learn how to slide now because he's got a fractured hand. I don't know if you knew that.
Mm-mm.
No, yeah, he fractured his hand.
I know that he had something in the last game, a problem with a nail. They showed it on the sideline. He was bleeding.
Yeah, he ripped part of the nail, but his hand in an earlier game was fractured, and so they're telling him that instead of trying to push for those extra 3 or 4 yards, slide and stuff, so he doesn't get taken out of the game.
Mm.
Right? It's not his throwing hand; it's his other hand that was fractured. He came down the wrong way. I was talking to somebody today, and was explaining to me about how his hand got fractured and stuff. So, but it's going to be a great game tomorrow.
I agree.
And you know what? And it can go either way. But it will be one of the coldest days of the year tomorrow.
Alexa, what's the weather in Buffalo tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, in Buffalo, New York, you can look for snow, with temperatures around 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, there's a winter storm watch in effect from Monday, January 20th, 7 a.m. to Wednesday, January 22nd, 1 a.m.
Oh boy, you got a winter storm watch going on in your area.
Yeah, but we get that all the time, Bill.
I wasn't expecting that part.
Up here in Buffalo, winter
It's like a common thing.
watch.
The lake effect. Yeah, the lake effect.
Yeah.
I got a winter storm warning for tomorrow afternoon into Monday morning.
Yeah, but it's going to get very, very cold.
They said the wind chill is going to be minus 11 tomorrow night. I saw it when it showed it. That's cold.
Right now, there's no snow. There was just a light brushing, but it didn't even cover the ground that much. There's some snow on the ground, but it's not a lot.
Yeah.
The road clear and everything. But probably, sometime Monday afternoon or stuff, I'll be out snow blowing again
I'll be out snow blowing Monday morning.
and stuff.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it, though. I got the snow blower right in front of the house right now waiting.
Have you got a good snow blower?
Oh, yeah, I got a good snowblower. You got to have a good snowblower when it happens. And my neighbor bought a new one. He goes, Bill, if you ever need my snowblower, you could use mine. I said, I got one. I could technically do it. All I got to do is go up his driveway and come up the front and come down my driveway. I could definitely use it. But I have a good one. It's a 26-inch. It's pretty high. It throws the snow nice. So I'm ready. It's been a while. I'm ready. Plus, I don't weigh 236 pounds anymore. It's not as hard as it was in the past as it's going to be now.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not too bad. Anyway, let me know. Keep me posted if you hear anything.
All right, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Have a great night. My love to everybody.
Bye.
Bye. I didn't realize it's 11:30. Okay. That's got to be a truck. I heard a rumble. It got to be a truck. It's so quiet out there, other than the traffic on the road down there. It's like eerie when I go out there. It's like you don't hear nothing. You hear the traffic down there. But the only reason it sounds so loud is because we're elevated, and where the road is the bottom point in between like a valley. There's mountains on the other side. Hills, not mountains, more like hills. so the sound just bounces off, and it creates that effect. It makes it sound louder than what it really should, because that road is like 400 feet away. It's not close. But the way we're positioned up and the sounds bouncing, so it's over. Washington wins. Is that my understanding? They're not showing the Bills game over there? How is that possible? How is there a blackout for that game? What network is it on? CBS? I don't even know. I haven't looked. I'll be working, which sucks. I would have liked to have seen that game. Now, I can peek over and look from time to time, but it's on CBS? Alexa, what network is the Ravens-Bills game tomorrow?
The Ravens and the Bills will face off in the AFC Divisional on CBS tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m.
Oh, I can watch a little of it. Okay. CBS. They're blacking it out on CBS? Look at the text message you sent me. It could definitely be that. It could definitely be that. Definitely. And there's no doubt that's a possibility. Oh no. Yes, Mom. Yes.
Do you remember when you were a kid? You used to love Nikki something?
Stevie Nicks.
What's her name?
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, she's gonna be on a show.
Is she?
Yeah.
Tape it for me.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be.
I was in love when I was a kid. I was in love with Stevie Nicks. Mom is talking about that now. You know who else I was in love with? Barbara Eden, I Dream of Jeannie. I mean, who wasn't? If you weren't in love with Barbara Eden from I Dream of Jeannie, something's definitely wrong.
Yeah, they said she.
Ronald says hello.
Who?
Ronald.
He's okay?
Yeah, he's okay. I told you he was okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Mom, we lit a candle with your name on it.
Yep. So you'll be okay.
Actually, there's witnesses to that. Ask Woody and Petita. They saw the candle with your name lit up for you.
Yep. Well, thanks God.
Final score was 45-31. High scoring game.
Okay.
I mean, combined 76 points. That's a lot of
Is
scoring.
Tiger with you?
No,
No.
no. She's probably under the beds. One of them. Yeah, I'll tell her your birthday's Tuesday, and she'll tell you her birthday's Saturday. So happy birthday to each of you, because her birthday's the 25th, which is Saturday, right? I already got her stuff done. I bought her a dress. I bought her beautiful boots to go outside in. When it's close to Christmas, you know, it's one of those things. You got to be prepared. What a day. I mean, what a day. Seriously, what a day. I'm getting hit with messages now. They're talking about the same frustration about what happened tonight. The common theme is like, I have concerns. I can't imagine. They're gonna. I just. If it wasn't this time, I would have loved to call Richard Dolan just to get his insight, what he thought about this, and some others. I will. He is. I'm just so curious now. I would probably say a lot of people are freaked out and not happy about this. if I had to guess. I'm not going to rehash this again. Anyway, I'm not drinking no more coffee. That's done. That's toast. I'll put my GoPros away later. Okay. Can you imagine? I mean, like I got that model I gotta finish, and I'm gonna drill into it and put lights in it so it lights up. But the decals are a pain. You gotta soak them in water, pull them off, cut them one by one. I bought these extra long tweezers. What did I do with those? That's a good question. Oh, they're here. I don't know. This one is like locked. How is that possible? Oh, it's got a clip on it. That's why. I bought these. I could eat with these. But it's good when you're dealing with little things, you know, to put in that, because you just can't put your fingers on something. You need the tweezers when you're working with the models. So I'm prepared. I would like to finish that model, not tonight. Hell no. Tomorrow I'll finish that model. It's pretty cool too. Like I said, I'm gonna drill the holes in the back so you can't see the wires, and put the lights in it so it lights up inside. That's why I painted it the way I did, so you could see inside. It was pretty cool. But I've got to see, I had to paint that 2 coats with a brush. And then I had to paint that. And then I had to paint the little guys. That wasn't so easy. And there's a soldier that's going to be standing outside, but he's painted. There's a detail. Alexa, brighten living room light, 50%.
Okay.
Ain't that a trip? See them? All that had to be painted. It's little details. So this will be tomorrow. Okay, this goes in this way. I've got to put the decals first before I glue it all together. And then I'm going to drill, like I said, holes. I'm going to drill the holes in the back where I'm holding it this way, and put the lighting up here, so when I close it, it lights it up inside. Once it's closed, I've got to line up the things here, which I'm not going to line it up now, but pretty much it'll look something like this once it's all together. And then I'm going to put lights inside so it could light up the inside of it. So tomorrow this will probably be done, this model. It's going up there. So little by little, I'm getting the models assembled. But this is the challenge. This is last. I'm doing this last. This is a challenge. This is a big challenge. This is level 4. This thing is big. This is 2 feet. This is level 4. This is more detailed. This is more difficult. Alexa, dim living room light 50%. I mean, this is 2 feet long.
Okay.
It might not look that on camera. This thing's big. just take the chair in perspective. It's big. This is a big model. The Star Destroyer. And I'm gonna put the lights, I'm gonna do all that. This one's gonna take me a while. This is gonna take a while. This came from Germany. And this one is gonna take a while, because this is gonna get lit up. This is over 18 inches. It says it. See it? Over 18 inches long. This is gonna be a challenge. This is gonna take time. There's a lot of detail here, and a lot of detail for painting. So these are not easy models. Whoa. What's in this bag? Oh, I know what that is.
You don't want to go, Billy?
Leave the door open.
All right.
And this is going to be a fun one. This is a light. This one is built for lights. See, the light set is not included, but I got plenty of lights. This is going to be fun to build. I have 2 Enterprises. There's another one over there. So I got my hands full of models to do. And they're all going to end up there. Eventually. And most of them are going to light up. So that's how I'm going to keep myself busy. It should be cool. What's going on? Oh, they're uploading the YouTube video. I'll be curious to see what people's responses are. I'm sure UFO Twitter is going nuts right now. The full interview is about to be uploaded in 30 minutes on Ross's channel. Oh boy. Whistleblower reveals UAP review of her. What? Where? They're losing a lot of electricity in New York? Matter of fact, I want to go to X. I want to see what's going on. New Rochelle? I wonder why. I heard you. New Rochelle. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow, yes.
But what if they mean it's not having electricity?
Oh, she's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, I'm reading the comments now.
Alexa, what's the weather for Newburgh, New York?
Oh, she's too much. You already know what the weather. 5 to 7 inches.
34 degrees Fahrenheit and showers. Tonight, you can expect snowy, rainy weather with a low of 31 degrees. Also, there's a winter storm watch in effect from Sunday, January 19th, 12 p.m. to Monday, January 20th, 4 a.m.
You heard it. Tycho, no. Get away from there, Tycho. No. Don't lose control, Tycho.
I'm checking. Not too many comments coming in yet, which is kind of weird.
Go, Billy. Go, Billy, Tycho.
A lot of these comments are just plain stupid. Someone questioned the shadow. Someone said LMFAO. This shit was dumb as hell. Must be like that movie, Navigator. Somebody wrote, okay, that footage could have been made with a piece of string and tape and an egg from the grocery store. Can you make a graphic to show the scale of that? So people are laughing at the general consensus. People think this is ridiculous. What's going on? But I want to see back. Let me go here. Okay. Where is it? It's too late to call Darcy. I would like to know what Darcy thinks. Somebody's got some crazy shit they put on there. Imagine aliens landing, everyone bracing for the worst, and they step out jamming like this. What the hell is this? I gotta hear this, whatever it is. Oh my God, you gotta see this. It's so funny. Oh my God. This is too funny. I gotta share this. Oh my God. After watching the show tonight, this is what I feel like. Oh my God. This is too funny. You ready? Oh my God. Oh, this is just too funny. Oh. This is on X. Let me mute. That's what I feel like after watching that shit tonight. Oh my God, this is too much. Oh.
This coat, it's mine.
What is it going? What's going on now, Ma?
Don't tell me this coat, it's mine.
Which coat? What's going on now?
The one that I have on.
Where? Yes, it is. Why?
Oh, wow.
I bought that for you.
I didn't even know I had this.
Right, the costume and the. Look at that shit is crazy. I mean, just look at. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
You don't love me no more? Because I got mad at you?
Oh my, oh my.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's a female? I'm not so sure about that one, Ronald. The oh my god, I can't. I can't do it. I can't. But since this is the kind of joking around that's going on out there, replying to this stuff. Oh shit. It's just too much. What, Mom? Oh my god, now I gotta deal with this.
Yeah, talk to Billy.
What's going on,
Tell
Mom?
Billy.
Please. Okay. It's in, I don't want to play that. Wow, that got 27,000 fucking views already.
And no visible mean.
No visible. Oh, I can't even take it. I don't know if I could stomach this now. Oh, this guy's saying he's part of a UAP whistleblower shit too. They're all coming out of the woodwork now.
Indeed, the type was crushing his ears.
All right, Ma. I'm live. Oh my God, somebody actually made the reference like I did. They showed the Mork and Mindy, the egg. That's funny. Somebody actually put that. I'm not the only one thinking like that. Look. Somebody put it up there. I mean, a lot of people are joking around about it. I want to see if anybody's saying anything on News Nation.
No. Oh, Billy. Ew.
What?
Cycle to your glasses.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, see? A lot of people who fell for this crap. Another one. Glowing ovals are active UFO spheres. Without their presence, we would be overwhelmed by demons. I told you this demon stuff was going to come up. I knew it. Somebody put up this image. They're goofing on this. Mom, please, I'm live.
Bilito.
Look at this.
He is
I'm coming.
okay.
Jesus Christ.
Forget about that. Radio.
I think we want to go outside.
Yeah, try to do that.
You want to go outside? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Mommy, get back.
It's not stupid. This dog is intelligent, like hell.
Go out of the room. Maybe he'll leave.
This guy is intelligent like forget it. He's human. Okay.
I got something for the babies. Look at the kids.
Where are the
These are for
glasses
the
now?
kids. Hi, kids.
Come on, let's go, Taco. Let's
The
go.
babies.
Come on. We got them.
I got this for the kids.
Come to him.
Oh, just drop that.
Who dropped it?
Me.
Don't say that in my house.
He's got the glasses.
I told you.
All right, so go over there if you can. He's chewing my glasses to pieces.
He's trying to bite me.
I know. Well, this is gonna stop. He's got like the fucking glasses.
You got in his gun?
Yeah, he's got them in his mouth. Give me that! Get over here! Get him. Get done. I gotta get them.
Where is he? I told you. That's what I told you.
Did he drop them? I know you never. I can't see either. He must have them under the bed, which is really bad news. I know that. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to get him away from there. I'm gonna pretend I'm going out. If you stand there, he's not gonna come. Go to your room. Okay, you can come in. Come here. Hey. I'm not talking to you. He's not coming out, is he? Just wait till somebody's here. Say hi. Yep, they're here. Yeah, come on. Get it now. Close the door. Look who's here. Who is it? You closed it? And look, he knows he did wrong. He knows he did wrong. Look at him.
Look at nine scavackers.
He's going back there.
Oh, now you left the door open.
I didn't let that door open.
You did leave it open.
No, I
You
did
just
not.
pushed
He
it
pushed
open.
it.
That defeated it all.
Where is the
Defeated it.
glasses?
Underneath the bed. You just went to get it again.
Oh.
Great. Great. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You told me you closed it.
I pushed it. He pushed it.
That means it wasn't closed.
It was wrong. It was like this.
Yeah, I know.
The lock is in your way too.
All right. Where is it? The door's open? Let's go outside. Now to get back. Let's go. Outside. Come on. Come on, let's go outside. If you stand there, he's not coming out. Not. I'm not. Go in the room. I'm not. way. Tycho, let's go. No, stay here. Stay. He's trying to go right back to it. Stay here. He had the glasses. That's dangerous. I had to take him outside. He's dying to go back over there. He knows. But I can't open the door now because I don't know what Mama's doing. He's dying to run to get him. He's too much. No. No. Oh my God, he's not going to let me go. Go. Stay. Go lay down. No. Wow. No. He almost went to bite me. No. I'm leaving him here. Forget it. I'm not going through this. He's too much. He's too much. He took my glasses. That's dangerous. He tries to chew on that. Not a good thing. Okay. Okay. Don't let him in. Oh, now my mother's going to open the door and let him out.
What do you think to him?
Nothing. He went to bite me. Did you find him? Oh, no? I can't. He won't let me.
He will let you. Don't let him come in.
All right, you can go run over there now. Go ahead. Go. You ain't gonna find them because I already found them. Freaking dog. And my fire went out. Now I gotta go out and get more wood. Oh, it's one thing after the other. I gotta relight the fire. Unbelievable. Shit. Okay. I should get the fire going again. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, this is funny what somebody put up already. Oh, it's coming out of the woodwork. There's a lot of BS, nonsense, like the dumbest shit I've seen so far. Fake and then something in Spanish. Terrible. You need to fire your news editor. News Nation, what the F is this? This is your huge groundbreaking story? I trusted you. Idiots, they're everywhere. What an absolute letdown. Why would you hype this up so much? All the UAP disclosure forums are absolutely shitting on you guys right now. What were you thinking? The first red flag was when he stated that the Pentagon had disappeared all of Jake Barber's previously submitted documentary evidence. Shouldn't he have made copies? The videos were just laughable, like a grade B space movie project. I feel like a fool for having watched this. Someone is pulling your egg. Somebody's pulling your egg. That's a good one. Oh my gosh. Low budget psyop. Nanu. Mork from Orc. See, I caught on to that quick. I caught on to that Nanu right away. They're doing it. That's what I said. Nanu. I'm over the effing topic. Y'all lied for the viewers with the bullshit. See? It's a balloon. It's literally just a balloon. That's what I said. Unfortunately, most people are disappointed with this UFO crash retrieval video. So, I have not seen one positive comment yet on this. Not one. Oh my God, I'm telling you. Oh my God, what a clown act. Oh my God. Somebody posted this, which is kind of funny. They said it took AI just 30 seconds to create this. And it looks better than the video we've seen tonight. This is the kind of stuff people are making fun of on Twitter right now. This is the what people are just going off on this. Putting all kinds of shit out. Oh my gosh. This is turning into a laughing stock like I thought it was going to be. Great comedy. This was literally the biggest flop stupid story ever. Why are they releasing this in bits at a time? Annoying. Somebody said, look, if you wanted UAP retrieval footage, you guys could have just contacted me and I would have created a more compelling scene using Sora than a poorly made egged UAP. And everybody's pushing an agenda. Third Eye Spies is a docu on these abilities on Prime. CIA has been working with people for decades, as explained in Doc. Okay, so you're going to sell that one to me? CE5 app by Dr. Greer also teaches people to have how to summon entities. Orbs, energy craft, whatever you want to call them. So this person's been swallowed up by that. Damn, and then this person says, damn, this is the moment News Nation jumped the shark. Definitely lost all credibility after pushing this out tonight. Super disappointed. If you want to learn more about, dig into the Monroe Institute. And it's somebody else said, no, horrible, explainable. Underwhelmed. You could have completed that special in 5 minutes. It was poorly produced and dragged forever, diluting its importance. Do better. That's what I said. They dragged it out. Filled. Then another one said PSI is crap. News Nation, just stop while you're behind or take news out of your name. You all can't possibly be stupid enough to buy into this nonsense. If this is fake, which it is, you guys better come back and tell the truth. This is a remote control balloon. What a load of BS. Then another person said, what a effing joke you are. We want the technology. Looks low budget and it does nothing. Somebody else put fake news. Oh my God. You mean a meth addict told you he picked up an egg UFO with this helicopter? Wow, they're getting harsh. Oh my God. They're going off. They are going off the rails on UFO Twitter. Mr. Colhart, please do a follow-up program admitting that your family was and their lives if you refuse to air the Jake Barbie UFO egg fiasco. That will be certainly more credible than the original. People are going off on this. There's not one positive comment. It's just bad across the board. Bad. So I'm not the only one that reacted negatively. And I'm being polite. People are freaking going nuts on Twitter. It's just X. Just look up, if you have X, Twitter, just go to UFO Twitter and you'll see all the posts. Because there's a ton of them. It's that bad. All negative. All negative. I didn't see one person was buying into it and then referred to Dr. Greer's CE5. I'm like, oh, one. But they bought into that whole thing. It's really bad. I would say 98% of the comments are. And everybody's silent on this. The people that are known in the field, they're not posting. They're not saying much. They're not commenting. How can they? They don't want to touch this one. It's that bad. I'll call Darcy tomorrow because I'm not calling him now. It's too late. I want to know what Darcy's take is on this. And Richard Dolan. I can't imagine. Dolan's probably put stuff out already. I'm going to look. He must have commented on this. Oh, so they are showing it. 13,000 people are watching it right now on YouTube, on News Nation. 13,000 are watching this shit. I want to see the comments, if any. It's on right now. It's on right now on YouTube. They stopped the comments. No chat. Look. Oh. Here's for the egg. Plays drinking game. I mean, people are going crazy. I can't handle the jokes. So they're going crazy. Tomorrow morning, eggs and bacon. Everybody's just thinking this is a joke. Look at this. I mean, look at some of these comments. Oh my God, they're harsh. Oh, here come the defenders. Everybody's positive in the comments. What? They are sucking up. Oh my God. Are you serious? Game-changing event? Wow. I wonder if they permanently block comments. Wow, what is up with this? Who are these people making these comments? I mean, seriously, who do they screen? Do they screen what they allow? Because that shit ain't adding up to what people are saying. A morgue egg. That's what I said. Thunderbird egg. See, this is the real comments. Everybody's laughing and joking about it. I know that Mork and Mindy was real. Oh my God. Everybody's laughing about it in the live chat. 20-foot eggs. Wow, big lizards. This is a joke. Laid an egg. Let go my egos. I'm still laughing at you. R.I.P. News Nation. This is a joke. Oh my God. Some of the comments are off the scale. I delivered eggs too. Is this a yoke? This is a. Everybody's saying this is a joke. It's very negative in the live chat. That I can tell you. So, the consensus is overwhelming negative. Overwhelming negative. Oh my God, I can barely keep up reading. Everybody's mork, a lot of morks, a lot of. I made it first. Look at this. It's just off the scale. So the overall consensus is everybody think this is a big joke. And of course, in the comment section, they're going to put positive stuff. A controlled narrative in the comments area. Oh, this is great. Thank you. I mean, if you look at the real true live chat, the general consensus is this was a joke. You know what I mean? Everybody's saying it. Every omelets, anyone? I'm hungry now. This is laughable. Nanu. Swamp gas, more from Orc. It's the same shit. Everybody's going crazy. Green eggs and yams. Oh, it's making me dizzy trying just to read all of it, like skimming. That's crap. You gotta be kidding me. Stop trolling, you might learn something. Nobody's trolling, they're telling you their honest opinions. Godzilla versus Mothra. I made that reference too. Wow, an egg on a rope, so crazy. Weather balloon. Nanu Nanu again. Egg face, huh, dude? They should have hatched it. And if somebody said, I'm out, LMO, they're out. They don't even watch it anymore. Like I said, I can't even keep up. It's moving so fast. News Nation just lost all credibility. And then there's one person saying, why all the negative comments? If this is true, you know, they're defending it. I mean, like I said, that's a very small minority. The guy ate a desert mushroom. Oh my God. Egg drop soup. Orders eggnog on the rocks. Egg Nation. Everybody's freaking out over it. How embarrassing. Somebody said that for News Nation. Too much eggnog. The Eggman. This is so dumb. And somebody said, don't do drugs. Oh my God, they're harsh. This is what we've been waiting for? I'm crying right now. I feel ecstatic. Oh my God. We are not bots. We are normal people fed up. Good that somebody stood up for that. Oh my God. Psyop, psyop, psyop. So yeah, the general consensus is negative. It's not me saying it. I'm just observing the chat as it's flying. I mean, you can see it. I can't play the video because this is such a joke. Because to me, it's obviously a balloon. Mark, you're in chat. What did you think? It looks like a freaking balloon to me. They're making this... the negativity is overwhelming. Everybody's making a big joke of this. Big joke. It is the laughing stock right now. Everybody's going nuts. Oh my gosh. So this can go on and on. Now, I don't want to play I'll get in trouble, but maybe we can go back. Because they uploaded the show. The video's toward the beginning. There's a little countdown clock. I guess we're not there yet. I guess not. This was nuts tonight. Embarrassing. Oh, here we go. Now I cannot play it. You haven't seen it? Well, look at it. Look. This is what they lowered it to the ground. It rolls a little bit. And then they stop it right there. Well, let it keep rolling. So that's the canvas that was holding it. And to me, just from that, just from my own personal observance, it looks like the weight of this is creating this shape, which tells me this is hollow and it's a balloon. Because from the weight of the canvas pressing upon it, it's making it elongated, like oval. It turns from round when it's up, and then it turns more oval as it's on the ground with the canvas putting the weight on top of it. Just my own assessment on it. That looks like a balloon to me. I can't play the video because I can, it's a copyright issue. But I can mute it and I can skim through it. And it rolls, and then they stop it. And yes, it was that night. Oh, Mark's calling. Okay, you're there. Hold on. Mark, this is just a joke of what happened tonight to me. Are you there? I can barely hear you. And I got you all the way up on my phone. But it looks like a balloon to me. You sound very low. I don't know why. You want me to call you on the phone?
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you better. And I know you haven't watched the video yet.
I'm not sure even what I'm looking at right here. What's the context? What's that?
Well, supposedly they were lowering this down to the ground.
Lowering what down to the ground?
The egg-shaped UAP crashed retrieval, like claiming that this is an NHI, non-human intelligence object. This is that exclusive video that they said they were going to release regarding a crash.
Where did it come from?
They don't get into the specifics on that. Oh, they said it was on the helicopter. Go ahead.
It was on a helicopter?
They were lowering it to the ground surface to release it at an undisclosed site.
Well, what is that thing in the middle of the picture, that blurry thing?
That's, I guess, an extension of what was like the crane that was lowering it down.
So I see strings or ropes on the thing that's being lowered, and it's got like a net under it.
Right. The canvas, yes. I can go.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, I'll play it. I don't know what that's going to do, but here it is in motion. So it's being lowered down. Now it's making ground contact. Then it rolls a little bit. It looks like a balloon to me. And then they stop. Then they stop it.
I'm actually not seeing it because
Then they stop it.
I'm watching the YouTube, not watching you.
That's what I want you to watch. YouTube. I just played it.
Okay. So where are they lowering it to?
Supposedly the ground in an undisclosed location. They call, what do they call the site? I forgot what they called it. They called it something.
It's the shape of a latex balloon when it's wrapped in something. It looks like a fake video.
And that's what I said. It looks like a balloon. What is it, Mom? I'm talking to Mark.
I recorded her.
Okay, good.
Next.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like a balloon to me. And you even say it looks fake.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, the shape of the object looks like it's a balloon shaping.
That's what I said.
Like a regular party balloon shape.
Yeah, I mean, I was making comparisons to like a spy balloon, like the Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah.
I mean, put it this way. Bottom line, it looks like a freaking balloon. Period.
It looks like a small latex balloon. I mean, I don't get scale. I mean, the motion could be slowed down so it looks like it's heavier and more massive.
Right. Right. The scale is hard to tell. And people are
Yeah.
making fun of this all over the place, Mark. They're going
It
to.
doesn't excite me yet.
It doesn't excite me at all. And then they went woo-woo on this. He's saying he was like something took over him when he was lifting this, and he became like possessed by some kind of a thing.
Who did?
The Jacob Barber, the pilot that supposedly this was.
Okay.
And then
Was that the guy? Was that the guy we saw there on the
yes,
on the video? The bald head and the
yes,
wild eyes.
correct. And then
Okay.
then he said that they have people with the psionic thing that's going on, that they can communicate directly, kind of like a CE5 Stephen Greer kind of a angle,
Yeah.
and that they can call them in. I was like, oh, this is just getting way out there. And oh, Mark, it was just brutally bad, in my opinion. This was bad. This was not a good show. This was not a good look. I'm telling you that right now. And the overall consensus coming in is very negative. And I don't blame people. And I said it. This is going to do more harm than good. This ain't good. This isn't good. This is just not a good thing. So yeah. It's just bad. That's my general feeling on this. And usually, if it was a good video, I'd be getting calls from so many people. It's deadly silent. It is nothing going on. It's so quiet. I just can't imagine what people are saying right now. And you're gonna have the people that are gonna defend it. That are directly involved with this group. They're gonna try to find ways to defend it. But I don't see how you could defend something like this. It's indefensible to me. It's just so bad. In my opinion. That's my opinion. And you even said it.
It doesn't actually show us much.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And it's night vision, allegedly.
Yeah. Not sure I'm buying it.
You need to really do a real analysis of this and give your opinion out on this, if you want to even do that. But I know what I think, and I said it right away. I could watch the pilot series of Mork and Mindy and be more excited of the egg on that than this. This was bad. I'm telling you, this is not good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad you reached out.
I had to check in, so I'm gonna
Go to sleep.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Me too. I'm going to sleep soon too because I'm exhausted from all this. Anyway, hit me up.
All right.
Have a great night, Mark.
All right.
Bye.
Good night to you and everybody who's watching, all 1 of you or 6 of you or 10 of you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Don't waste your time. Don't even waste your time. Oh my gosh. See, Mark is looking at YouTube, 10 people watching, but I'm on Rumble and Twitch and Kick and Trovo. So maybe it adds to 20? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh, the object was not lowered by that pilot. It was a different occasion he mentioned. Inexcusable devastation. The jokes are all over the place. The jokes are everywhere. And like I said, I made four I don't know how, I made 4 pages of notes, but I threw it. The book might have went into my wood stove and burned up. I'm not even sure. I actually took notes just in case. And I have an unidentified flying object that I don't have no idea where it went. I threw it. I threw it in disgust, and it might have literally went into the fire. I'm not even joking. Because I did throw it. I found it. It's behind me. I don't know how it ended up there, but I know maybe it bounced because I don't know how it ended up back here. So here's the 4 pages of nonsensical notes I took for this. Alexa, turn on living room light.
Okay.
Alexa, brighten living room light. So and the episode says
Okay.
Jake Barber. His name is actually Jacob Barber. Supposedly, allegedly, seen an egg-shaped object, balloon, psionic component. We'll get into that. I took 4 pages of notes. I can't even read my own handwriting. Is that bad? Gary Nolan states there's something to this. There's something here to this. He was there. Of course he's going to say that. He was part of this. And then he was asked, are people being murdered over this? And then he says, that seems to be the case. With what evidence? And he supposedly he met with Congress. He's been involved with this for more than 10 years. 3 special ops back him up, but they're part of his team at Skywatcher Tech. Of course they're going to back him. They're business partners. Contracted to recover crash retrievals. This is some of the things he said. Received exotic objects that were classified. Retrieved, I mean. I can't even read my own handwriting. That's pretty bad. And it complied with the 5 discernibles that Lou Elizondo brings up as far as like the criteria to the definition of a true UAP. You can look up that. Team would deploy for non-human intelligence stuff. He was within 150 feet from the object. Page 2. Of course, he made the statement, quote, "We are not alone," end quote. Object not human. White egg, no visible propulsion. The video was taken at night vision. Approximately 20 feet in size, like a large SUV. No seams. Metallic pearly white. Team was experiencing something extraordinary. Told it was NHI, non-human intelligence. Second object was seen, he described as a flying disc. And then he was flushed with disruptive, this is how I put it, disruptive emotional feelings. Felt he connected with something. Felt possessed by loving, beautiful, feminine energy. A frequency connection. And still feels connected today. Then they come up with this psionic thing, the psionic component, connected telepathically with object, that there's a team, a psionic team that connects individuals that can telepathically connect with this stuff. They were invited to land by the psionic team. Seemed them using their mind through meditation. Spiritually connected. His other person that supports his claims states that there is a psychic ability that they have From individuals to connect, remote viewing is mentioned. Suffered physically from symptoms which he was hospitalized after transporting boxes. And then I put exposed to radiation ? And then they brought up John Burroughs, which I found really interesting. Similar with other team members having those symptoms. Concerns of being set up. Allegedly threatened by private organization related to recovery of these hard drives that they were told to find. They wanted him expired. He's the co-founder of the Skywatcher Technology Group, investigated drones on the East Coast when they were going on here. Allegedly telepathic individual controlled UAP. At the end of the show, that there was somebody sitting in a chair, that they were meditating and communicating and connecting with things that they were showing in the sky in video. That my Skywatchers show better stuff than that. Egg supposedly dropped after disconnect with egg by psychic. And then he supposedly met with Rubio staffers last year. I think it was in August. Those are the notes I took. So supposedly when the person that was sitting there that night said, oh my gosh, something's going wrong here, something's wrong, and disconnected, and when that happened, supposedly that's when the egg dropped. Oh my God. That's the notes I took. Yeah, the crate. The boxes. Exactly. And they all suffered some medical side effect after doing that. And then he said about the hair falling out in clumps all over the body. I was like, my gosh, this just went way off the rails quick. That's why everybody's bugging out on this, and they're like, this is just a joke. Even if it's true, the way they rolled it out is where people would see that and just say, this is just ridiculous. This is laughable. This is a joke, right? Alexa, dim the room light 50%. And that's what I mean. This does more harm than good. This is not a good rollout. This is not something positive. This is not where I would say the overwhelming majority, the consensus is that people are going to see this and just say, this is just bad. It's a joke. It's BS. And like Mark said, just from Mark's initial reaction by seeing it, it looks like a latex balloon. And he's right. Depending on the scale, what we're looking at, we can't really determine what scale is because there's nothing to give a perspective of scale. So who's to say this isn't a freaking rubber latex balloon, little model thing? Who's to say? We can't determine what the scale is. I mean, Mark could make a better model looking than what we see on the screen here. Seriously. So, I mean, again, if you're going to push out a narrative, okay? If you're going to push out a certain narrative, especially you're going to build this up, exclusive crash retrieval video. What the hell is that? That's your big video? You hype it up, you build up. I mean, no good. No bueno. No bueno. It's no bueno. Share an there are some interesting looking facilities that definitely resemble test sites. Well, the range. Okay, I'll give you an example. When we were driving from Arizona to New Mexico, and you're going by White Sands, there's a test range there. Mark was like, yeah, this is a test range. We're driving right by it. There's a lot of facilities there, test ranges. A lot. That's what that area is used for. And that's not uncommon. That's known. We drove right by them. It's one long stretch of highway that you could see like the road goes forever. And it's there. It's right on the side. You could see the facility in the distance. But you could see the whole test range. And it's on both sides. Mark could tell you this. I seen it for myself. And that was on the way to White Sands, which was on the left when we were getting there, depending on which direction you're going. If you're going east on this highway, White Sands is on the left. So I seen it for myself. So that's not unusual. Just think about atomic testing ranges. There's all kinds of facilities out there. So, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm surprised. They got to do it somewhere, right? It's got to, So it's like, woo, this is a mystery. It doesn't surprise me. Again, I see this and, okay, think about this. Just think about what you're looking at right there. Do you see how it has an oval shape, almost like Mark said, like it looks like a latex balloon? But that could be simply, if this is real, this canvas, whatever this material is putting weight on it and it's creating that shape. If that was a solid structure, this wouldn't create that shape from the weight pressing onto it. So that kind of tells me this is a balloon. Because it's elongating, it's turning oval from the weight of this. It's pressing on it. It's on top of it. The weight of it is making it create this kind of an oval shape. So that tells me it's hollow and most likely a balloon to cause that effect. And does this shadow necessarily reflect this? This is very questionable right here. So what's the light source? Not necessarily because we don't know where that rope is, but we know where this is on top of it. You know what I mean? You have to, if we put this in motion. Oh my God, why did it go all the way back? Okay, let's try to get this a little bit in motion. Oh man, I wanted to see what was on the other side. I should blow this up. I'm gonna do that. See, what is this back here starting to come up? What is that? There's something that it looks like is on the other side. But they stop it. I swear to God, it looks like a satellite, spy balloon with the stuff attached to the bottom of it. Or some kind of a test with devices, equipment, scientific equipment on the bottom of it, if it is the scale that they say it is. I don't buy this at all. See, there seems like there's something on the other side of it. But they stop it in time that we don't see what's on the other side of this balloon. If you look at it carefully, Okay. If it's got ropes, what's that black band? Is that is that what's holding this thing together? It's strapped around. So that material is wrapped around it. That canvassing, whatever it is, that netting. I mean, really? Okay, I'm gonna do this. I want to get a zoom shot of this. All right, now let's get rid of that. Okay. All right. I took a still of it. I mean, you know, the people that are all about orbs are jumping all over this, though. They're jumping all over this. The orb folks, that's the orbs we see. They got an orb. They actually got one. You know what I mean? So, and that's another thing like what Fantasy's saying. With the vegetation. This is just so fishy. Put it this way. Does anybody think that passes the smell test? Honestly, does anybody in chat, the few that's in there, think that this is something that passes the smell test? And then to cut the video, why don't you let the video play out, roll out? Why? I hate when they do that. They cut it. Why? Because they don't want us to see the whole video. Maybe it reveals something as it's rolling around. They cut it. They edit it right at that point. That looks like a sling. It is well, think about it. If they're cradling it to lift it, it's going to look like a sling. If they're carrying it, it's going to be a sling of sorts. It's going to be. To gently move it, transfer it. It's going to encompass it. It's going to cradle it. I mean, looks like a fake video to debunk the subject. I'm telling you, there's a lot of negative flack on this. I'm telling you. I was freaking out when I was upset when I saw this tonight. I was not happy at all. I'm telling you. And a lot of people, the vast majority of people that I've seen on UFO Twitter, in the chat live, here in chat, the general consensus that this was BS. BS. It's almost like putting a poster on the wall. I want to believe. Like the X-Files. I want to believe. I need better than that. Because that's not the deciding. I mean, that's not the one that's like, this is the one. This is the one. This is the smoking gun. This is the smoking egg, and it's rotten to me. Fantasy. Yeah, I mean, whatever you think of Skinwalker or any of these other ranches that have activity, because Skinwalker's not the only one. There's other ranches out there too. It just adds. It really does add to the mystery of it all if you put it in a bigger context. But like I said, this specific, without connecting it to other things, as a standalone, this was laughable. Because he just got crazy woo-woo. Oh my God. Somebody just sent me a photo of this. Somebody holding, you can't see it, it's eggs in the palm of their hand. That looks just like this. Oh, you can't see it, but it's funny. It's like somebody's holding a big egg in their hand, two of them. It's on Amazon, actually. They sell it. Set of 2 white plastic jumbo-sized Easter eggs, 10 inches. This isn't going to stop. I can't imagine the backlash of this. I just can't imagine. My God. I mean, I'm speechless at this point. There's not much more to say about this. It's... And Fantasy says, I wouldn't trust this guy to hold the door open for me at this point. Oh my God, that's... Oh. Of course they're going to, you know. But, I mean, who knows? I can't. The guy could honestly believe and be saying everything that he believes is true. I mean, it's his experience. It's his experience. I'm exhausted. I'm going to fall asleep any minute. It's his experience. I'm not discounting if he believes what he says or if it's true, whatever. All I'm saying, based on what I've seen and how woo-woo it got, I'm saying the public perception in general is going to be like, what the heck is this? If you want to present like whistleblowers that are going to seem credible with documentation and evidence, it's got to be something better than that, because people are going to look at that and say, he said he was possessed by it. It was inside of him. It was communicating. It felt like some beautiful female energy, like Mother of God. I mean, people hear that, they're going to be like, whoa. Yeah, I've been talking about the Atomic Energy Act of 1954 forever. I've been talking about that for a few years now. So I keep talking about it. Uh-oh, what has Fantasy got? I'm not sharing those screens. I gotta wait for the ad to finish playing. I gotta get ready for a snowstorm tomorrow. Or today. It's 1 o'clock in the morning already. Is that the beginning of Mork and Mindy? It is. I knew it. Oh my God. That's great. That is great. That is great. That's the first thing I thought, too. This is what fantasy sent. And here it comes. The egg. Oh my God. Oh. That's too much. That is too much. Yeah. Predictive programming. It's almost like, well, suggestive. A lot of movies do that. Close Encounters. There's a lot of movies. Even Independence Day. And you know they got a lot of flack when they put the Area 51 segment in that movie. Because they were looking for cooperation in the development of that movie from the military. And when the military found out they were going to talk about Area 51, they said, hell no. You could look that up. They didn't like that. They did not like that. It's right here. I remember this. The story behind the U.S. military's decision to cut ties with Independence Day when they were doing the movie. Look, in fact, the United States military was going to support this and supply us with a lot of costumes and airplanes and stuff. Their one demand was we remove Area 51 from the film, and we didn't want to do that, so they withdrew their support. Told you. They did not want Area 51 in the movie. And that they had a secret facility with extraterrestrials and technology. So again, that's an example. In Close Encounters, there's a famous UFO researcher that makes a cameo in that movie. J. Allen Hynek. With his pipe in that movie. So in movies, there are certain things that are suggestive. It's almost like there are people out there that believe Hollywood is playing a role in soft disclosure, preparing the masses for the event of. There's so many theories out there. We could talk all night about all the different theories, opinions, hypotheses. You know, so that's been going on for years. And this is nothing new. So who knows? All I know is now when I look at an egg, when I'm making eggs in the morning, I'm going to have a whole different vibe on eggs for a while. I totally agree with that. The religious connection. I said that last night. And the one weird thing is they're all going to agree on it, on something for once. They're all going to be against this. Every one of them. This is the one time when all religions could come together with a uniform opinion or voice and say, don't fall into this. These are actually malevolent in nature. They're demons. If he says possessed, that's a flag right there. Oh, possessed by what? You think it's an angelic being? It's fooling you. It's tricking you. It's evil. It's portraying itself, making you feel like it's good and all that. It's possessing you. Can you just hear it? Because when you throw that religion equation in there, you are stirring up a lot of, you know what? That's a flag. That's a mistake. Because that's not just going to affect specifically one religion. They're all going to be like, what the heck? What? Then other people say, well, when you think about it, they all refer to God or gods, a creator coming from above. This, like I said, so many different opinions, positive, negative. It depends on your personal spin on it. But I wouldn't touch that for a second. When you start throwing the religion, spiritual in nature, mother of God, possessed, a female energy. Because if you think about religion, how much divinity is involved with females? It's male structured, generally speaking. Prophets, all that. He says it's a female energy that's beautiful, mother of God type. I was like, whoa, that's not going to go over well. That's just not going to go over well. So, because that is going to be a big factor, the religious aspect of it all, which has been controlling the populace for thousands of years. I mean, that is not territory you want to cross. Because just like Scientology, and there are documentaries out there made by religious groups saying that people who claim they've been abducted, believe in extraterrestrials, is a new cult religion that's trying to spread. And it's actually the work of a malevolent side. Eric and I seen a documentary sitting in here at my house. We watched on TV. We were like, oh shit. And then at the end of the movie, the credits was, film was made by a Christian group. So this is not new. This has been going on for over a decade, easy. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I'll never find the name of that movie. It's old. It was a documentary. I know Christian group documentary. I know somebody who was in it. I'm not going to say their name. I think this is it. Here it is. This is it. What year was this made? I found it. (2018). This is an example. Alien intrusion, unmasking a deception. Is a Christian documentary. It explores and scrutinizes the so-called alien encounters and otherworldly experiences that have permeated the news for many years. With the help of experts, experiences, science, and religion, alien intrusion tackles the questions: where did we come from? And are we alone in the universe? What about all those strange sightings, encounters, and conspiracies? Can they possibly be right? Ultimately, alien intrusion exposes the truth of the origin of these benevolent creators and the dark history that surrounds them. Alien intrusion does an exceptional job showing the power of Jesus Christ over the forces of evil around us and the importance of prayer. It presents the facts clearly, employs that the use of historical pictures, film, and animation to help inform and engage the audience. I'm not even going to read that. So, this was a film that pretty much depicts people who talk about having alien encounters, experiences as a cult, but are malevolent in nature. That was made by a Christian group in 2018. So this is not new. That's the narrative out there. That's an example. So this is not like religion has always been a sticking point when it comes to this. So I'm not surprised. And that's why knowing the history of the taboo, when you talk spiritually in nature, when you're in relation with extraterrestrials, well, the religious core are going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. And there's going to be a lot of pushback from that, from all the religious groups, not just one. They're all going to push back against it. Like, slow down. So I'm not surprised. Yes. He says it's still happening to this day. He said it. It's still happening to this day. And it's still occurring. That's what he said. So again, this is when you start going into that, when you start mentioning that kind of stuff, you're opening yourself up for, I'm telling you, there's going to be some heavy backlash over just that alone. That's a no bueno moment. That's a no bueno moment. And like I said, it doesn't matter what religious belief system you have, they're all going to be like, whoa. Possessed? And especially a feminine energy. That's like, whoa. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? It's just not going to go over well, to say the least. And like you said, a beautiful spirit, but feminine. He said feminine energy. That's what he said. Feminine energy. Mom's hearing Whitney. She's probably watching some on Whitney. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired of talking this for hours. Literally hours of this. It's like going on 4 hours. I'm exhausted. And I gotta do a pre-record tomorrow and work tomorrow night. Go Rams. Eagles, they're probably gonna win, but I hope they don't. Go Bills. And whoever wins that game tomorrow, Ravens, Bills, beat the Chiefs. That's all I want. Fantasy, Genghis, Ken. Oh, wait. I gotta see this before I go. What Ken put in there. I feel a little sick in my stomach. Oh my god. Oh my god. That almost looks exactly like the freaking video. That's good, Ken. That's priceless. That's a good way to end the night. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the perfect way to end this night. Thank you, Ken, for providing that. That was good. At least I get a laugh before I go to sleep. Anyway, you lovelies, Pig Pug, Nicholas, if you're still there, all of you, Julian, Amole, whoever's watching right now, have a wonderful rest of your night, morning. I'll see everybody. And by tomorrow, I'm sure I'll get a lot of responses, opinions coming to me. And I'll find them. I'm definitely going to be curious what Stephen Bassett has to say later today when we interview him. Anyway, good night to all of you.